Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The live window. What's up, GoreCasters? I think, did that change over? It did. What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast with me, Sweaty Deadly, here in the Hotcast studio, because it's fucking hot.
Our hotness must have came to you guys.
No, I'm talking
a little bit here.
100% temperature related hotness. It has nothing to do with sexiness. It is 100%.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Okay, do you want to take it away and say this about hotness, Giz, seeing as you're the aficionado?
I love the heat.
What's wrong with you, dude?
You fucking
Some would say a lot.
Shit.
Anyone that likes this level of heat in an Irish climate is a fucking psychopath. How's that make you feel? How's that make you feel? Because it's true. It's true.
Like something I've known for the majority of my life, and I've managed to keep it.
Joseph, we got Joseph in the chat. How are you? We got Tristan in the chat. How are you?
Joseph.
We got
Hi, Tristan.
Hader in the chat. How are you? Excited to see Karrion Kross. Yes, he's got hair now and a good booking strategy, so I'm sure that'll be interesting.
Cash was somewhere in there also.
Hey, Cash, what's going on, dude? Alrighty. Yeah, okay, so today we have up on the line the new Predator movie called Prey, which is fucking nothing short of amazing. Mostly amazing because they didn't fuck it up. Not in one aspect of it. There's not one bit where I'm like, you know, they did this and I'm not happy with it. No, it's just a fucking good movie and it's a Predator movie and nobody has said that since the first one. So, yeah, we have that. Then we have the most dangerous game, which is a badly worded sentence in the first place, and then on top of that, also a badly worded movie. Because some people talk, some people die, some people go into the woods, some people cry. Some guys got guns, some guys don't. Most of all, people like hunting humans because they're fucking psychopaths. And they also probably like living in fucking 37-degree heat. That's probably also like a fucking psychopath.
Carter, you should be happy because you pretty much just did the whole synopsis of the movie right there.
I just did a Carter synopsis of the movie. Unfortunately, that's all that's needed for the day of this game.
People!
It has, if you're a big fan of Starship Troopers and you're like, hey, Johnny Rico, what happened to that guy? I never really see him in anything. He's in this. Which is probably why you don't really see him in anything anymore, because he keeps picking shit fucking movies to make his comeback in. And we also have They Them, which is perfectly acceptable.
Could have done more killing.
That was like right on the... Wow, you.
Could have done more killing, but yes.
I don't think I could have worded a description for that movie better. It's perfectly acceptable.
Right.
Everybody's everything gets adhered to properly. And, you know, some people die, and they're not the people you're expecting to die. And Kevin Bacon's in it, and he does a usual Kevin Bacon, so that's just pull a fucking blinder, basically. As did everyone in that movie, to be honest. It's one of those weird movies where it's like the storyline, lack of additional thought put into the actual horror movie side of it. They spent so long being super PC in the way they dealt with everything that they forgot we had to make a horror movie. And it was kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, we're 45 minutes in and nobody has died. What are we going to do? Start fucking killing people with no real substance or
It's almost
gravitas?
like they just flipped a switch on, and it's like, oh, the death switch, and then just people start dying. That's kind of how it happened. Because you're just like, okay.
Which is this is a Bloomhouse, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's been a lot of the
You
Bloom.
get some nice, like, psychological,
But that's been my
in
issue with a
there
lot of the
little bit.
Bloomhouse movies recently. Is it's like they forget they're doing a horror movie until 20 minutes from the end, and then there's no.
Which would be crazy because the majority of their movies are horror, so they shouldn't forget that.
But it's like they forget.
Or it's supposed to
A,
be
they
horror.
forget that it's a horror movie. B, when you only have 20 minutes to kill off the 7 people that you intended on killing from the start, it means that you have no ability to build up any tension in any of these kill scenes. It's literally like, oh, guy gets hit with something, cut to black. Guy's tied to a chair. Whatever could happen. Insert miscellaneous weird shit. That's going to happen. You know, and that's basically it. You know, there's no real... actually, I will say there's one death that they did put a lot of constructive thought into so that when you do get the payoff, you're kind of like, fuck yeah, which is the fucking couple, the married couple.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was,
And then we also have, as was previously mentioned, Prey, which is absolutely fucking just... I could really just go see it. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you have seen it, go see it again. It's probably really good.
we all
It's a tasty
It's a
morsel.
tasty treat. I enjoyed it from start to finish. It was absolutely delightful. But most importantly, how are you
watch it
guys
again.
getting on? Are your balls sweaty? Arms
I'm actually
weak?
okay.
Voice is ready. Mom's spaghetti.
I'm a sweater already.
Drop bombs.
It's actually starting to get not so hot outside, so it's becoming manageable.
Not in Ireland. It's still humid as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. All of our stuff's coming to you guys.
Yeah. Well, currently
Hot.
right now, I'm sitting in less warm soup than I was sitting earlier in the day. No, sorry.
Good sign.
oh
Same amount of soup, just not as warm. It's a thick, sticky, clammy night here in Ireland. And expect, if anyone loves updated weather reports, especially considering the forecast is one of our major competitors here on YouTube, you fucking assholes, expect a lot of weather reports going on today, because as Giz will testify, once it gets over a certain temperature, every 20 minutes I'm going to have to inform you guys that it is fucking hot. Because that's
I got
every
a
20
green
minutes my
screen
brain
so
will
you
just
put like
stop
a map
working,
of
and they are the only 4 words that will go through my head. It's fucking hot. 3 words. That's how bad my brain's working right now. I said 4 and then I said it out loud and I was like, oh,
It could be, yeah. Sometimes it's 4. Fuck, it is hot.
stream sweaty. Are you chappy? I am Cornholio. I need tiki.
I just watched one of the episodes from the new series. I don't know if you've seen the new Beavis and Butthead series
No,
yet.
I was unaware there was one. I am aware. I
Yeah.
watched the movie.
Yeah, there's actually a new series out. Kind of liked it.
Okay. Did you ever watch it before?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like how they transitioned it into a current time.
Yes.
Things that
oh,
they did.
so they actually okay. They just
Oh, yeah,
didn't, like,
They
started back up. They did some shit.
yeah they.
Okay.
So you know how obviously the old Beavis and Butthead where they used to like have the music videos in between the segments. Well, here instead of music videos, they put really cringy YouTube videos on that they make fun of, and it was brilliant.
Okay.
So it's essentially what was that fucking? It's essentially Candid Camera, but with Beavis and Butthead.
Sure.
Candid.
Do you not know what Candid Camera is?
Yes, I do. And then they added a actual solo episode where it was just Beavis in said adventure instead of both of them. It's kind of nice. It's on YouTube. The Paramount Plus or Paramount, whoever put it up as a free episode to watch if you want to watch it. It was called Escape Room. They try to go into an escape room and try to get out, and they accidentally go into the bathroom.
That's
and they
actually
think
going to be
that's
part
the
of my
escape
bachelor
room.
party, so I would imagine it's going to go relatively similarly.
Well, unless you're going to be going to the bathroom, because they end up in the bathroom instead of the actual escape room, because they don't know right
Honestly,
from left.
I'm
So-
going to be pretty much drinking from the moment I wake up that day.
Okay, so yeah.
I could be going anywhere. We don't know.
Yeah.
So, it was fun.
Okay.
You're on Candid Camera. Click. Yep. You're exactly right, Joseph. That's the one.
I tried.
Hope you get.
When you hear that, one thing I think about is the Saturday Night Live skit where they do the thing where, sir, did you know it was a Chris Farley one where they like changed the coffee to something different, And you know how they're like, "Oh, you changed it. It was so good." But there's one with Chris Farley. It was like, "You did what?" We changed your coffee with something crystals. I forgot the exact name. He's like, "You son of a bitch! Why did you do that?" He's like, "Sir, it's for this TV show." He starts flipping out and had to get some guy to get out with like a shovel and starts hitting him in the head with the shovel. He's like, "Why?" And then they go back to him. He's like, "Sir, how was your experience on our show? How did it make you feel?" He's like, "Angry." And he's like got like his arm in a sling and like a whole thing, and that made me think of that. It's funny. I've had an energy drink, guy. I'm all over the place.
I'm 2 energy drinks in, and
Just
I'm
to
not.
let you guys know.
Drinks, actually, in a weird way of answering Hickage's question, human drinks don't affect me the way they do normal humans for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh,
I could have 4 beers and be really drunk, but for some reason I can just scull whiskey. I don't know what I don't know what it is. Yeah, because he was saying there, because I was like, I'm going to be drinking pretty much from the start of the day, and then Hickage was like, judging by how much you drank during the DayZ event, I wonder, can you even get wasted? I don't know. I think it's like my body hit a level back in my early 20s, and it just went, nah, okay, there you go. You've been wasted now, that's the end of that. I'm like One Punch Man, do you know what I mean? It was like, I got so wasted one time that my body is now impervious to being wasted.
I don't know. Like nowadays, like I kind of appreciate the fact that a young body could drink forever. No issue. My old body can drink, but I don't have the hangover the next day that
I don't get the hangover.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't either. Now I don't have I can't drink as much, but I don't have a hangover anymore, so I'm good.
When I get that one hangover where it's like, okay, I'm just written off for the next day, that's when I'll probably stop drinking, or be like, I'll have a glass of wine with dinner.
No,
Or why did I let kids hand me that drink?
Like after your bachelor party, the only thing I had the next day was like dehydration. That was fucking it.
You know,
I slept all day because I had not slept the day before the bachelor party either, so I was on like 48 hours of no sleep.
Yep, I woke up. I was like Pedialyte.
I was like Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off for the whole day. I was just like sleepy. It was nice.
Let's get dangerous.
I do think I had twisted. I had a fucking like the underneath the back of my neck felt like I pulled something. I'm wondering, did I try to crack my neck while I was drinking and give it too much of a tweak? Because I was like, okay, I did something last night that is not normal. I'm fucking. But yeah, no. Other than that, we're doing good. Survival wise, drinking wise, GoreCast can party.
Oh, fun times.
GoreCast can party. I'm talking, not me, GoreCast. I'm talking about us as a collective group. Can party.
Yeah, we can. Sometimes.
Except for Buzz. Buzz got a hangover one time and quit drinking for 6 months.
I didn't get a hangover, did I?
You puked all over someone's kitchen?
Yeah, you puked all over the kitchen the next day.
I didn't get a hangover. I just threw up everywhere.
Oh, you sounded rotten the following day.
Yeah, dude. You're like, I don't know if I'll ever drink again. And
yeah,
like,
you were. They were the exact words that came out of your mouth. I remember that.
No, because I was probably remembering to the fact that I was at my friend's house, sitting in his kitchen, didn't bother getting up, and just projectile vomited all over his floor for a good 10 minutes. And then they all came up from upstairs, because they were downstairs doing stuff. They came up and they're like, "Oh no!"
How did so much come out of one man?
I'm just sitting in a chair,
it's dripping on the
being like,
stairs.
I'm like, it's okay, guys. It was me, obviously, because
There's no one else around.
and all you say is pubic rally.
oh, it was bad.
Spoke out before he left.
It was bad.
Sorry, I just have a great image of everyone else in the house walking upstairs, and you're like, "It's okay, guys. It was me. We fucking know. You're the only one in the room." Dude.
And then we also treated it like a dog, like messed on the floor. We started putting newspapers on it. Oh, it was good. It was a good time.
Or sawdust, like blood.
He didn't have that. I mean, he might have. I don't know.
Hey, like,
I cleaned it up.
so-
It's okay.
I don't know about Buzz. We just don't have sawdust laying around here. So
I also haven't been to his house since then. So.
I did say something
Like,
about
as
it.
in, he hasn't invited you back, or you just haven't gone.
I haven't gone. I've seen him since then. He's come over
You
here,
said,
and I'm like,
just,
you know
just
what?
to be clear, you said they came upstairs to where you were throwing up, yeah? So,
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
have I got a vision of them being downstairs? Like, what's that running down the steps?
I wasn't that close to the steps. It was fairly close because the way his basement is, you come up and the kitchen's like right there. It'd be on your right.
So
And it could have. It was more in one spot. Like it didn't. It wasn't oozing out.
they
It just was in one spot.
making sound. It's like, what is
What,
that?
what
And
brought them upstairs? Like they were just coming back upstairs. It wasn't like they heard the
Yeah,
noise
they were
of.
just coming upstairs from. No, they
Sounds
were
like
down there for
someone's
a
been
while.
kicked in the testicles and had their soul pulled
was
out of their
some
nose
kind-
all at the same time.
It was some kind of holiday. It was either New Year's or 4th of July. One of the
Gary,
two.
I think it was
It was
That's why
4th of July.
We were over there. Yeah. And they came out because they were getting ready to go outside and do sparklers. And they were like, let's go do sparklers. Oh my God! Back downstairs! Back downstairs!
It's okay. It was
It's okay,
me.
guys. It was me.
It's like, hey guys, I started the party before you.
Oh shit.
And the after party because I'm done.
Right.
So yeah,
We're
I
gonna
just sit
call
there
that. We're
as
gonna
they
call
left.
that clip. Buzz can't drink.
Those can't drink.
I sat there, and eventually, when I was able to actually move, I cleaned it up to my best of abilities. A lot of paper towel. Lots of paper towel. So the funny thing is, like, I don't know what happened. Something took over me, or I was like, yeah, I'm just not even gonna bother getting up. Here we go. Let's go on a journey, guys.
I've been there, not from drinking, just like I just wasn't feeling well, but I've been there where it's like you're like, I need to go to the bathroom, and your brain and your stomach have this quick communique between each other, and we're like, I don't think that's going to be worth the effort trying to go to the bathroom because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
We can figure out how we can do it in this room and keep it in a controlled environment, or we can try and make it to the bathroom and just hallway right off a hallway for 2 days.
I wasn't the only one to throw up in the house.
Were you
so
the
I
only
felt
one to
okay.
cover a whole room though?
Not that night. No, yeah. I remember the friend that actually who owned the house one night where I wasn't drunk. He did a whole thing where he got so drunk he was just laying on the floor, and then he just started army crawling it to the bathroom.
What a trooper!
And then once he got to the bathroom, you're at least he made it to the bathroom. Me, I was like, nope, kitchen floor looks good. Just it was like The Exorcist, guys, minus green, but it was just that's how it was
So
coming
was The
out.
Exorcist.
Wasn't it?
No, he
green?
said minus green.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
Yeah,
said mine
minus
was.
the green.
Subtract
Of
the
course.
green. Let me
Mine was.
translate it into English
Yeah.
for him. Subtract the green.
Thank you.
No, I thought he said mine was, not minus.
I could understand how you would get that. That's why I differentiated.
Yeah, no, the only thing I've truly ever learned in life is do not do Taco Bell after you've been drinking a whole shit ton.
Now you should really not do Taco Bell in general, but
Yeah, I've
it's
never
just-
been to Taco Bell.
So,
With the
it's-
only I've ever been in the States
It's
once.
it's delicious.
I've heard it's
but
like
it's
horrible.
not good coming out. Yeah, it's
Although
good
the
to eat.
people the people who do
It's like
say to
eat
me
like
about it being
Mexican-
the people who do say to me about being horrible are also people that have access to like proper Mexican restaurants where they're kind of
Right.
like,
No, we don't.
So imagine 3 a.m. You're super fucking hungry. You want Mexican, but the only thing open is like the dollar Mexican joint, fast food kind of place. Then it's awesome.
no.
No, that's the thing is, it taste wise, it tastes fine. It's
Going
just
down.
when it comes out. Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
going down is fine. Coming out, it is not.
Yeah.
I've never sold to it.
You're just
Carter,
you're
what
there
you
and you're
described,
like, I do.
what you described to me was the equivalent of someone being really drunk and going to a garage or on the way home and be like, "Oh, that sushi looks delicious. Do not get the gas station sushi. You fucking psycho."
It's a step.
No,
up
it's
from-
going to be fine. Sure, it's not like they even have to cook it. It's raw fish. How they can fuck it up?
No,
Okay.
Gas station sushi,
Okay.
bad. Gas station sushi, bad.
Yeah.
This is like fast food sushi. So they still have like the refrigeration requirements and
I'll tell you what. Haters talking sense down here. Waffle House. That's where you go when you're drunk.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Waffle
bro.
House. Do you
Yeah.
know why? Because
we don't have Waffle Houses.
Waffle House, very absorbent for waffles. Very absorbent for sucking up alcohol.
Because you're eating cement.
Actually, weirdly
pretty
enough,
much.
this is a good transition into something that'll be popping up later on. I do have a waffles-related announcement coming up at the end of the show. That's a true story, by the way.
Segue.
I genuinely do.
Now, I'm a hater. If you can get access to a Waffle House, you're on.
No, go to
Not
a garage,
everybody
buy some
has-
waffles, go home, put them in the fucking toaster, put whatever you want on them.
That's not Waffle
That's because you're
Waffle
eating.
They're like Play-Doh grease. It's like a fucking truck stop joint. It's like just super.
You get the biscuits, your biscuits and gravy. It's just like eating cement,
Yeah.
and everything just
That
sticks.
sounds delicious.
So there's no. It's terrible.
Oh,
But
it's terrible. But for some reason, when you're drunk, it's
my best advice for people who haven't had Taco Bell is just eat it while sitting on the toilet.
I'm
Yep.
just saying, I've never crawled to a porch that quick in my life. So. No, like we're all just. We had some Taco Bell, and the next thing I was like, "Oh hey, I want some air." So I crawled out to like get some air. Oh my god! And then I had to crawl to the front.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had some nights.
Ooh, shit, dude.
Mm.
Oh god. That fucking Mexican pizza when they still had it back in the day. God.
They had a chalupa. This chalupa's amazing.
Yeah.
Why is this button not working?
Oops.
What
I
are you
don't know.
trying to do to it?
But no, hater.
Let's
Like,
try to.
IHOP and Denny's is when you want like that
Why is this not
Right.
working?
proper sit down fucking food.
I was saying,
Like I want to cram some food in my face,
Denny's.
go home and pass out.
Denny's is the sit-down version
Yeah.
of Taco. Just minus the Mexican food and just having every other thing else that's garbage.
IHOP Denny's is like I'm drunk but not drunk enough to pass out.
Fucking sandwich made out of fucking cheese sticks at one time,
No.
and it. Oh yeah,
Oh, I would have tore that
Oh.
up. Seriously?
it was delicious, but
Oh my god. That's like fried.
at the end of the day,
Which-
you get plugged up like, oh lord. It's like putting the fucking stopper in a bathtub. You just bloop. Now you're retaining water. Oh no.
That is such a fucking vision. It's killing me.
Oh god, I don't know what is going on tonight, guys. We just started, and this is gonna be. I haven't even done a trailer yet. I'm gonna
Oh.
be banned off of YouTube.
Yeah,
By the end of the
I am totally with hater. Waffle House first.
I'm starting to wonder if someone maybe spiked your energy drinks.
No, dude. I don't know what is going on. I'm like,
Oh.
Oh, what?
Joseph, I would totally agree with Sonic, but I don't know where you're at, but here, Sonic takes forever. to
Ah.
Okay, so here, like, there is no fast food when it comes to Sonic.
terrible. Especially we had a lot of food too, because we're ordering for like 5 people. So
Okay, yeah, so Rhode Island, Missouri, Sonics, dude, like, it's a good take a book with you to get your fucking food.
this is what happens when we have 2 terrible movies to review plus Prey. We have to fill in time. Yeah, so
God, I don't miss those days, but I do.
I have a cliff note version of everything I've said so far. I threw up. Don't eat Taco Bell.
But dude,
Don't eat Denny's. Unless you have a
it's
functional.
just a proper sit down.
Yeah, I've only thrown up 3 times because of alcohol. That was the most recent. That was
You
last
should
year,
skip
I
that shit and just go for a proper diner. You live up north.
think. Yeah, Probably, but a lot of them aren't. A lot of them aren't open late night though.
Okay.
proper-
That's Ours have started shutting down like earlier and shit.
Well, yeah, with the pandemic, yeah, but like even before, I mean, stuff that's open till like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like Denny's, IHOP, or National Coney Island, or yours, where you kind of sit down,
All right.
diner type.
Side note: Tristan's got a doctor's appointment, so she's like, "All right, guys, I'm off to shoot, or I'm going to shoot off. I've got to be up at 7 a.m. or 7 to get ready for a doctor appointment. I'll let you know tomorrow how it goes. Have a good show, guys. Love y'all.
Catch
Night."
you later, Tristan.
So,
See you later, Tristan.
again, because her last couple appointments have been canceled last minute, so fingers crossed you actually get to get in there.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, God, as much as I don't want to, I guess we should talk about the other two movies.
Okay. Which one are we starting with? Lame
Start
one
with the
or
really
the
bad
not
one. Start with
that
the okay one, and then move on.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, by definition alone, the most dangerous game. All right. So, most dangerous game, actually, like, it's got some cool people. You got Casper Van Dien, Judd Nelson, Bruce Dern, Tom Berenger. And that's about when the movie gets uncool. Storyline goes.
Yep,
you've
that's
got-
it.
You've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys that are supposed to be going off. They're on a boat, and they're going to go off here and do some hunting. Judd Nelson's son, oddly enough, or Marcus, his son Singer. Is that how it's?
Singer.
Singer just got back from the war. He's not really doing too good, so Dad's like, "Hey, I'm going to grab him. Me and the boys are going to go hunting, and Singer will just like course correct and be okay." Unfortunately, while they're on their little boat ride and waiting to go fucking hunting, the boat just fucking goes down. Oh my God. So like,
It is very unfortunate.
It's very fucking unfortunate for all of us.
So unfortunate.
So Marcus, his son, and Rex survive. They get on shore. They're like, "Oh my God, the crew, our friend, who could have survived?" Well, nobody but the 3 individuals. They're thinking like, "Okay, well, we're on an island. Maybe there's some people. Hope's not completely lost." Come to find out, we are on an island where Baron von Wolf hangs out with his trusty friend Ivan. And
I believe it's pronounced
you know.
Ivan.
oh, I'm sorry, Yvonne. My
Don't
bad.
listen to him, dude. You got it right.
Okay, makes the movie sound cooler. So, it was just one of those like, "Oh my God, our boat sank. Can you help us?" "Yes, I can." In the worst German accent. Not as worse as Casper Van Dien, by the way. Just so
Well,
Casper Van Dien.
I was not expecting that. That wasn't definitely. That shocked the shit out of me, to be honest.
Unfortunately, Casper Van Dien has some has an idea that not necessarily mean you're fucking rescued. Unfortunately, he likes hunting, and he's like, "I've hunted so much shit in this world, but what I really liked hunting peoples. So, by the way, you're fucking peoples. You're trapped on my island. So let's make a little fucking wager. I'm gonna give you 3 fucking days on my island. I'm a nice guy, so I'll give you food and water for 3 days.
Quick
And if,
insight. He's not a nice guy.
No, he's not. And if you survive this, I've got a boat. I'll ship your ass home. Literally, ship your ass home.
I will
Oh,
ring
yeah.
Amazon. They will show up with their little drones. We'll put
Right.
you in a box, and we will ship you straight home. 24-hour delivery.
Say no. Fucking little fucking brown box on somebody's doorstep. You're safe.
Boom. I'm home. That's it.
Unfortunately, Casper Van Dien being the badass hunter he is, this is not going to be an easy task for either side. Can we survive? Can I hunt you? We don't know. We really do, but it's like, come on. and then like more bad German accenting, German laughter, German accenting.
Yes.
Ivan, awesome fucking bloodhound. That way, not because he doesn't speak, so it's finger. And
He's kind of doing a Buzz kind of
I'm trying to
description.
I won't lie to you, I'm actually liking the way he's doing this right now, because it's like random
I am
images
too.
from the movie are just popping into his head, and he's telling us what's popping in there as it happens.
So, Von Wolf has now led singer Quinn and Mary. Hey, again, you three survive. Fuck it, I'll send you home. So we're hunting them down. Oh my god, waterfalls, bear traps. Oh my, fucking unicycles. We trip over another old guy. Holy fuck,
that
how
part?
are you here? Oh my god, I've been here. And then so like more lawn wolfing, hunting. And then we got the most dangerous game. Like, who won? I don't.
I love that his name is a verb. Von Wolfing going on.
There's a lot of fucking wolf going on. So like, but because it recently came out, we don't know who won.
Standing.
I won't lie to you, it's just man tits jiggling on a screen, Buzz.
Yeah, I know.
But it's Halloween, so it's like Halloween.
Come with me. I can't clap because I'm holding the camera.
But so like I said, it just came out. So like, did Amazon win? Did Von Wolf win? I don't know.
Wait, what did Amazon?
They delivered the people home with the drones, as we
Jeff
established.
Bezos.
Yes.
Did they get shipped home?
Oh, okay.
Or did Wolf kill everybody?
Look, if anything if Twitch and things like that have proven anything, Jeff Bezos, he's got his fingers in everything. Like you get a free sub on Twitch off Jeff Bezos every month if you're an Amazon Prime member. That's a free. You sub to a guy for free. Jeff Bezos. He'll deliver a human home in a box from a killer island with men and guns on it.
I'll be
Not
honest.
a problem. That's why I invented the drones.
I like
actually,
Carter's movie.
I won't lie to you. I think all of the movie reviews tonight should be done in that sort of ADD manner. I really enjoyed that.
I love it better than the. And also, do you think it would have worked better if they had their own like Gilligan's Island theme at the
No.
beginning? Because it's kind of
No, I won't lie to you.
just sit
All
back,
of the
back
issues
from-
I had with this movie, one of them never occurred to me, was lack of theme tune at the start of the movie.
Well,
Lack of interesting
could
stuff
help.
happening in the movie. I found
Yeah,
that
I
to be.
mean that's why the
Because I
Gilligan's
won't lie
Island
to you,
thing
while
would
going
help.
through the movie, even the synopsis before I watched the movie, I was kind of like, there should be at least some interesting shit happening. I was kind of like, how do you have a dude chasing people through the fucking forest with a load of fucking guns and a wolfhound and be boring?
Thank you.
You could be crap and not boring,
Right.
but you're crap and boring.
Because
I don't know how that happened.
Because they added in extra people and took away the actual hounds that that the Baron is supposed to have.
Okay. So in defense, Giz actually knows like
The original movie?
was like what 19?
No, the
Sorry,
original story is 98 years old.
in the defense of this review, it doesn't matter what Giz knows about the other movie. We're not reviewing those.
No, I get it because the only reason
Slightly annoying that you had a very good laid out plan of how you should go about it and just modernize it up a bit and then just manage to take all the good shit out of the 50s movie.
But the only reason I bring this up is because Joseph says most dangerous game. What is that? The 5th version now?
Actually, technically, this is only the second film to be called the most dangerous game,
Yeah,
but there's been
There's been many a movie of rich dude with guns likes hunting people on an island.
I mean, fuck. What was
or
that?
in a city or whatever,
Or in a city. Or on an island with a bunch of WWE wrestlers.
Right.
No, that
Condemned
was
more Battle Royale.
which
I'm aware,
yeah.
but technically it's a rich man making people do stuff
What was
no,
that?
it's a government.
in the Condemned.
What was the which?
The Condemned. There we go. Thank you.
No, that was once again that wasn't a rich. Well,
It was a rich guy. He was literally broadcasting it as a
but
TV show.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right. Battle Royale wasn't a rich.
Battle
guy.
Royale was
But-
governmental issue.
Yeah.
Murdering.
But like
Wait.
things like
Yeah.
Hard Target with Van Damme, which was the
Yep.
film that made John Woo popular in America for a while. That is pretty much derived directly from the original The Most Dangerous Game. Like I said, the original film was done in 32, but there's lots of stuff that have drawn influence from the story because it's been around since it was first written in 24. So
I didn't realize that made John Woo famous though.
I wouldn't say
It
it's
was
Squid Game, Hikage. Squid Game is kind of a different
Yeah,
thing.
because like then you actually have like interesting. Am I going to get blown up by the fucking weird Highboy statue? I don't know.
Squid Game.
Well,
would
Squid
be
Game is
closer to
literally
Batman.
it's Takeshi's Castle Murder
That's what Batman
edition.
Yeah.
This
I
this
see,
is very much a hunt and prey kind of movie.
Yeah. No. What's interesting is there's only supposed to be the one character on the island apart from the Baron and Ivan. So that scene where the Baron is explaining himself and you
Mary
had Rex.
not supposed to be there.
Nope. The scene where you have the Baron speaking to Rex, Marcus, and Sanger, all of the Baron's lines were practically verbatim. I don't know about him quoting Hemingway, that line about, there's no hunting like the hunting of armed men. I don't know about that line being in the original, but all of the other stuff he says is practically taken verbatim. What's interesting is it's supposed to be just Sanger Renfield. That's supposed to be the single hunter. All of his lines are divvied up between Marcus and Alex. With the actual character Sanger, he's not supposed to be suffering from PTSD. The story isn't set after World War II, obviously, because it's written in 1924. But they do swap stories in regard hunting. And so when it comes to the bones of the story, it's primarily just the one guy up against, he should have been up a tree at one point, and the idea is that the Baron knows he's up a tree and he's deliberately playing with him. He knows he's up there. He's like, well done, I'll leave you off. When he's complimenting on the bear trap, that's right. But he sets up, Sanger is supposed to set up a trap that takes out Ivan, but there's actual hounds following him. He brings out one the first time, and then on day 3, he's got a bunch. And even the story that Doc tells about how he escaped from the Baron, that's actually how Sanger gets away, only to reappear later on in the Baron's home after swimming there, and he's in his bedroom. He's like, it's not over yet. Well, I suppose one of us will sleep in my fine appointed bed, and the other one is food for the hounds. And the last line of the story is Sanger saying how much he enjoyed the Baron's bed. And that's the end of it. Now, it's only a short story, so that fleshed things out, and I can understand adding in characters for a story that's primarily a first-person narrative.
And I guess that's the problem. When you have say a short story, it's up to me to try to make it longer, and so it's harder for me to fit in pieces to make your story longer. What was that? You see that with Children of the Corn, Lawnmower Man, where those are short stories. This one, unfortunately, it just
suffered from the fleshing out.
Yeah, it really did.
I'm not gonna lie,
it's because mostly I felt the fleshing out was let's have a dude walk through the forest for.
Thank you. Right.
It should have been
Lord of the Rings, and we're walking uphill, downhill, straight across. It was just
we get down to the beach side. Oh, the Bezos drones are there.
Right.
Like I said,
just so
there should have been more tension brought out from the hunting part of it. The hounds, I feel, are a big part of what's missing from it, because with a pack of animals that's hunting by scent, it lends a certain amount of urgency to whoever's trying to get away.
Well, also, just cinematically, you're able to add a lot of tension. All of those green scenes of Baron von Wolf just walking around the woods hunting down his prey would instantaneously be made a lot more dramatic and a lot more suspenseful if there's this entire pack of blood-curdling hounds that are slowly bashing through the trees, going after everything as well. Because the thing with the reason his whole name is Baron von Wolf is because coincidentally he happens to run around with a bunch of fucking wolf dogs, essentially, for lack of a...
Actually, he's they changed it for this because the son Sanger is a World War II vet.
Yeah.
They changed the Baron to be a German vet. Originally, he's himself and Ivan are both Cossacks. They're both Russian.
Yeah. What's that got
and
to do
his
with
name isn't
dogs?
His name isn't Wolf.
Oh, right. Okay, I got you. You still ran with it.
Long
and the short of it, the terrifying part of the original movie and the short story is not the fucking Baron himself. It's this pack of fucking killer dogs he's got to fucking run through the woods and hunt down everything for him. He merely shows up and puts a bullet in the head of whatever gets it.
Yeah, one of the names of the stories is even the Hounds of Zoroth.
And I think if you look at it, when you look at, say, this aspect where you had a pack of dogs hunting somebody down, or Joseph brought up Ice-T surviving the game, where you had multiple hunters. When you have multiple people or objects chasing limited individuals down,
Yeah.
there's that kind of like, oh my god, are you
sense of
gonna do-"
urgency.
Yeah, right. Here, granted, Ivan did some shit, but like in a weird way, they didn't let Ivan do anything. There was no
Hey,
hunting, if that makes sense. Like
he shows up, dude stands up like an idiot, gets shot, and then it's like, oh, I need to go back, gotta go retreat. And then they go a little bit further, he shows up again, oh, gotta go back and retreat. And it's like, okay. Yeah.
Even
Okay, we get
like,
it. You kill someone and then you give them a bit of time to get away. That's nice. Okay.
Ivan is more plot device, I suppose, in regards, if you don't do this, then he's going to torture the shit out of you. And I said he had his stuff, but he wouldn't have gotten into a physical altercation. Is my point. He's taken out by a trap that sang lays.
One moment, I have to interrupt you. Joseph Fluff just put in the chat, there's a version of this story with Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch.
that's why I was like, really?
As in the actor that plays Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch, or literally it's Mike Brady from the Brady Bunch getting hunted by some man on an island?
I'd pay to see that.
I'd pay to see that too.
It has to be the actor Mike Brady.
I also found a movie that popped up in the side chat that we're reviewing at some stage. There's a sexy version of RoboCop.
Oh, okay.
Not a XXX version. It's some like weird knockoff from the 90s or something, and it looks
just for a
god
second,
awful.
just for a second there,
No.
I was looking kind of going.
You thought your dreams would come true, like that one time,
Not
like that
necessarily.
one day a year where we do the Valentine's episode, where I give you kudos to just cut loose.
And I appreciate that.
He said the actor Mike Brady, or the actor of Mike Brady.
Okay, well, I'm
That's-
less interested
it's
now.
I'll be honest, it's a distinct possibility because, like I said, there have been like
Several
all throughout
renditions of
cinematic
this.
history. Oh, dude, there's fucking dozens in
Okay.
various different. They give
I
it
mean,
different
like,
names and different
you know,
spins.
Sure, even
Right.
that movie we reviewed a year or two ago, I think it came out during lockdown. Do you remember the fucking the
The Hunt.
Hunt? Yeah. That's
That was
Yeah.
one of the films.
Yeah.
That's one of the films that's referenced.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, and it goes to what we'll be reviewing later. One of my favorite movies of all time. As far as I'm concerned, if the original story hadn't been written in the 20s, there's a good chance I wouldn't be fucking loving it. You know what I mean? Because obvious parallels.
Dominic Horndash. Welcome to the chat. How are you? You're a first-time person. I
Hello.
think.
Quite possibly.
I don't remember that name.
Oh. Hmm.
Welcome
I
in.
don't need.
I have to say that personally, as an obvious fan of the story, I was disappointed by the film. I was expecting more from it, and I feel that the
Oh,
introduction. of
Wampa,
the
what's going on,
characters-
dude? How are you? Sorry.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Oh, no worries. But
After you.
it's.
Sorry.
I just feel that the introduction of the extra characters, while I understand from a narrative point of view, from viewers needing, to have certain aspects described that originally would have been a personal narrative, could be necessary. It detracted from things and didn't allow for the sense of urgency that is at the core of the story, which is the hunt and being hunted. I need to keep moving. I need to employ whatever tricks that I know from my experience as being a hunter to try and get past this guy who has all my. Not only does he know all the things that I know, he's literally read my books. That's something that the Baron states in both versions, that he's read the guy's books. And we don't get it in this. It's disappointing.
Wampa said,
Disappointing, that is definitely-
Come chill. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to see you, dude. Thanks for popping by. Right, I think, judging by the production company, I may be wrong. I think we can play the trailer for this.
I don't remember who the production company was now.
They're
Hang on a second.
Mill Creek
Mill Creek.
Entertainment, which I'm pretty sure has come through our screener list before.
Oh, so did Blue Mouse, and look where that got us.
They never came in our screener list.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it was distributed by Mill Creek Entertainment.
Yeah, so we'll give
Yeah, I
the
think we're
trailer a
good.
go. If not, as per usual, both will be here to give us the buzz rendition of the trailer for The Most Dangerous Game. Other than that, we'll catch you in a couple of seconds. Toodaloo.
Life is for the strong. We don't have the 3 days to go around the island.
Well, if you believe in a God, gentlemen, start praying to him.
Something about this place doesn't feel right. It just came to me.
You hunt, man.
It's a game, you see. We have to go right now. I give them supplies, food. 3 hours of start time. If my quiet eludes me for 3 whole days, they're in the game.
The war's over, Zach.
The game is much more fun when you run! Let's not let this guy catch up to us. Right back! I'm coming, fire!
Right now, we need to create distance between him and us.
It was booby trapped. My men were hunted down like pigs from the slaughter.
No, boy. It made you a hunter.
And we're back. That was one thing I forgot to say about the movie that the trailer reminded me of. It was like someone hit the desaturate button on literally every shot from that fucking movie whatsoever.
Also, if you wanted to know my trailer for it, it was just gonna be.
That's not a trailer.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Oh my god! Shh. Now run.
That's what I saw.
Boom, boom, boom. Run quieter. Like there's.
Meaning the movie was on, my eyes closed, and I fell asleep. So that's what I saw.
Had depth. No.
Right. Anyway, pull up the old trusty calculator here because I feel Buzz is definitely going to put a decimal point in there. So.
Oh no! It's be lucky if I put a number in it.
Okay, so ratings for the most dangerous game. There, please, kids, when you're ready.
I'm going to give it a
1.
6.
Really?
To be fair, when you listen, because I know the source material, I can say that they've made a good attempt at adapting the source material.
No, you can't keep doing this source material bullshit. You have to review the actual fucking movie.
No. It's the heat.
I'm still gonna.
It's the heat issue. It's too hot for him. He can't
He can't think
I'm
straight.
a fan of the. Hang on a minute.
Oh, you're saying
I'm
that
a
he
fan
might
of the
have
original
sunstroke?
story.
Okay, you can have a 6, dude. That's no problem at all. That's fine. I'll put
I'm a
it
fan
3.
of the original story. They adapted the dialogue extremely well. I think they could have done better with adapting the overall story because
And
they had
adapting
included
Casper Van
characters.
Dien's fucking German-Russian accent, maybe, would have been
Thank you.
a bit of adaptation.
I felt like I did a better German accent than he did.
Give me your German accent right now.
Well, you also said that
You're literally
adapted,
talking
but
over
did
his
you
German
say it
accent.
was-
Stop. One moment. Do the German accent.
Oh, sorry.
Not.
I think there's an accent.
Never say
like
you
something
do a better
Google
German
knows.
accent than Casper Van Dien again, and that's saying something.
I don't do well when I'm on the spot. That fucked me up.
You're like a method actor. You need to get into it, kind of thing.
Right. Right. I need
I don't even. We're live on YouTube. Don't even tell me what it is you do to get into your German fucking.
Wiener Schnitzel.
I get a paper.
They have ways of making you talk. You will answer
But no,
every
so
one of our questions.
you said that they.
There will be
You
no
said that they
denial.
did good on. You said what about the dialogue? You said.
A lot of the dialogue, most of the dialogue, in fact, especially in the earlier scenes, is drawn almost verbatim from the original story. And
so they didn't do good. They just
robbed somebody
pretty
else's
much
script
said
and
the
made it
exact-
boring.
Yeah.
this is something that hasn't been done in nearly 100 years.
Okay.
Nobody knows what the original fucking script is. If you're going to adapt the story, it's best that you use what the fucking story actually has for the dialogue.
Yeah.
Because that's the point. The main story beats are there.
Between
Unfortunately,
listening
they
to you
didn't do it
talk
properly.
about certain remakes of movies and certain reboots or new launchings of TV shows, I'm slowly thinking that you don't ever want to see anything adapted. I just want you to see you do it the way it was done before, but with shinier cameras. That's literally all I want.
Most of the time, we're dealing with stuff that hasn't been put on screen before. So yeah, I do want them to do it with shiny fucking cameras and give me the story that I liked and that was read and that was worthy of you adapting in the first place. This was a good attempt, but it failed. So 6 out of 10.
Okay, right. So
feel like-
Buzz is 1. You're 6. We're putting it down to heat stroke, but it's 6.
Carter's
I'm
drinking.
3, and Carter's pouring alcohol before he even gives us a fucking number.
I started drinking before the show, so 2.
2.
Hard
Okay.
fucking 2. And that's because I like Tom Berenger, even though he's old as fuck in this movie.
Did you like them in the movie, or do you just like the actor?
That's why you got a 2, bro. I like these 2 guys. I like
in the movie.
I'm sorry, 3. I like Judd Nelson.
So he's like.
I already
getting
did the
started
math.
by
It's
person
2.
I like.
It's so that is a rating of 3 for the most dangerous game. I'll drink with you, bro. Get it in, you wampa. Horse.
I'm just saying, I'm like, oh my god, got these people for the movie. I'll give you a fucking bonus.
But were they good in the movie, though? Okay, give it a 2.
Fifth. I plead the 5th.
Because that's what you should be grading it, not the person who's in the movie, them in the movie itself. If they suck in the movie, then them being they could be the greatest actor on the planet, and it don't matter because they sucked in the movie.
Number 1, I don't feel like Tom Berenger were in the movie long enough to have helped or hindered.
I gave it 3
Nothing
for the 3
would've.
things that I liked about the movie. I liked the concept of the movie. I'm a big fan of that Hunt-style movie. Though it was terrible, Casper Van Dien's Russian-German accent is probably one of the most comedic things I've seen in a long while, and one of the only things that helped me get through this fucking heap of shit. And
Because
the
he
third
did-
thing was Judd Nelson. You don't get him in enough stuff anymore, and that's my 3 points for the movie. None of it was shot. It was shot boring. The color grading was boring. And for a movie that's literally set with a dude and a gun running through the woods after a bunch of people, I've never seen a score be so ineffective in setting tension or pacing in a movie whatsoever.
Yep.
You could have literally had a dude just sitting in the background blowing on a fucking tin whistle and might have actually been a little bit more terrifying than what was in the actual movie.
Because that would have been creepy.
It was edited together really boring. I've never seen a smooth transition. There were so many just cut from fucking cut to cut to cut to cut. I've never seen someone do a bit of fucking audio layover to get from one shot to the other. And yet again, I cannot mention, I do not know who the fuck had control over the saturation dial in the editing program, but they need to be fucking fired. Okay, you might as well have just added some fucking film noir detective music underneath it and just cranked the saturation dial the whole way down. It might have actually been a better movie. Ooh, that was
I gave it a
cathartic. I haven't had a
1.
rant in a while. That was good. Oh baby,
It's like stretching a muscle.
I feel loose. I'm loosey goosey now.
I gave it a 1 for the only thing that I liked, which was the end credits, because it meant it
A
was
1,
over.
a 2, a 3, and a 6.
So that's
yes.
my 1.
So accumulatively between
like
all the
start-
rest of the GoreCast, Giz is given it double points.
It sounds like a start of a song. A 1, 2, 3, 6. You skip a bunch of numbers for some reason.
To be fair, when I first
That's a really quick way as a
Hold
roadie
on,
to
I
get
was thinking how
slagged by
come
the
end up giving it a
entire
higher
crowd
score and it just went down.
waiting for the concert to start.
So
Yeah.
this is like a thing following the book perfectly equals bad, not a
One,
thing fucking
two,
up.
a 1,
kind
2,
of
3,
lore
4, 6.
is
What?
fine. In defense, dude.
Yeah, don't watch this
follow
movie.
The book, so.
A thing following the book perfectly equals bad not. Is that like good bad? A thing fucking up on any kind of lore equals it's fine.
Bad notes.
Bad note.
Bad notes.
In defense, I didn't know.
That makes sense.
I didn't even know there was a book until Giz said something before earlier today.
I definitely didn't know where there was a book, because fuck books.
As soon as I saw the name of it, I went, that story sounds familiar.
Okay, but in defense, like, oh god, this hurts. Resident Evil Netflix, it still has some like cool...
We don't talk about that movie show anymore, okay? That didn't
he's
happen.
calling us out,
There was a
like,
Resident
the-
Evil movie that came out in the same year, and it was okay.
Acceptable?
No,
Thank you.
acceptable
Right,
is the
well,
wrong word.
like-
It was okay. It's definitely the most Resident Evil feeling thing that's happened cinematically to date. Anywho, moving on from that shit. Oh my god, that fucking picture is huge. What the hell is going on? Kevin Bacon, you big-headed fuck.
That's a large slice of bacon.
That's a large slice of bacon. Some people would say maybe not enough bacon, depending on who you are. Mom.
Say, like, fucking bacon, so... give me more. I don't know.
So this is a movie that came out recently by Blumhouse.
Last week.
Super recently by Blumhouse. I'm going to just pull up the cast here because it's been a Blumhouse movie. I didn't commit a lot of the people's names to memory.
Kevin Bacon.
Really stood out. I was like, oh, that dude, that chick. Like, so.
Yeah, now, in saying that, weirdly, even though I didn't really feel attached to anybody enough to memorize their names, they did actually do a relatively good job of fleshing out the characters within this movie for once.
They took the movie to do it.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Unfortunately, the fleshing out of the characters took so long that they forgot 3/4 ways through the movie they were making a horror movie. But I suppose due to the Kevin Bacon was the shit back in the day. In his defense, even though this isn't going to get the most glowing review from me, Kevin Bacon was goddamn awesome in it.
Yeah, right.
So the story tells of a summer camp. A summer camp that is, and before we get into this, YouTube specifically, I'm looking at you. Please don't fucking shut the stream down. I didn't make the movie. I'm merely recanting the tale that happened within it. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. Are we all cool, YouTube?
Cancel us. And don't hate us.
One moment. Okay, YouTube said it wasn't cool, but I'm not going to do it anyway. We're doing it anyway, so.
All right, here's what it is. Let's get to it.
So, I'm going to prefix this whole review with it's a Blumhouse movie because you're going to find that fair juice to them for being consistent. You're going to find that there's a lot of things I'm going to give out about that have been literally in every Blumhouse movie I've ever reviewed because it's a reoccurring issue. That's the reason. And not all of their movies. It's in the last 3, maybe 4 years. It's like every movie. Anyway, so subject matter is that there is a summer camp run by Kevin Bacon and a whole host of crazy cunts. Or just generally mean cunts. And there is a school bus of adults or young adults being brought to the camp because they are all
teenagers.
Teenagers. Although some of them are like 19. You're like.
So
I think the eldest is 18.
Oh,
I think that's factually inaccurate.
I thought there was a couple older.
Yeah.
So we'll say young adults.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, young adults, because that covers the 17 to 21, 22 mark.
And we just lost Buzz to the ice cream truck. Okay.
Maybe all the talk of the puking earlier is.
I think he's really brought in some offense to this situation.
Anywho,
Okay,
so the whole story is that all of the kids are some degree in the LGBTQ community. You know, there's a transgender girl, there's a whole lot of lesbian and gay guys, and there's a non-binary person.
Yeah,
and I think that's it. I think that's it. So. This is essentially a homosexual conversion camp where they bring you up and they
fix you straight.
Fix you, which opens with Kevin Bacon being a really nice guy that he's somehow spinning it that it's not a, he was like, everybody's welcome to be who they are here, except that we are literally here to make you not who you are. So, that awkwardness, but look, hey, I'm Kevin Bacon and I'm charming as fuck, and it's not that bad. So you won't like men anymore or women or whatever when you leave, but we're going to do a whole lot of kayaking, and kayaking is fun. So you get those kind of vibes. Everyone's then for the next 40 minutes, we're kind of slowly being introduced to characters, bits and bobs, which, as I said, they do kind of do a really good job of kind of exploring.
Really good job of character development.
Really good job of character development. But the problem is, this isn't. It's It's a fucking horror movie.
Not a documentary.
Yeah,
not a fucking.
You know what I mean? Like, if you'd spun this like a dark thriller kind of vibe, I'd be like, okay, I see what's going on. But you really spun it like it was a slasher movie, and character development's probably one of the things you're not expecting. Some character development, yes, but predominantly it's mostly like, oh, I'm this guy and I do this kind of thing. Oh no, SpaghettiOs, I'm dead. You know, that kind of thing. But they take a lot of time exploring through all of the characters' intricacies. I'm trying to word this so delicately because we're on YouTube.
No, you're right.
They try to go through all of the characters' intricacies. The kind of the main focus person I picked up on that was kind of like our main person that we were supposed to relate and follow through the group was the non-binary kid, Jordan. So, because he's from the offset, a bit of a sassy lassie the minute the conversation kicks up.
They did like a guy's.
Yeah, well, they said if all the girls go to this way, all the guys go that way, and then Jordan's just left standing there on his own. And there's a really nice conversation where you kind of, although low key, you kind of know that Kevin Bacon's like, I am gonna fucking electrocute the shit out of you when I get a chance. Do you know what I mean? He does a typical Kevin Bacon, I'm really charming, but with that subtle undertone of when I get my hands on you. You know what I mean? Because I don't like being talked back to, which is reaffirmed later on in the movie when the nurse is like, he does not like you at all until the dog thing happens, and then he's kind of like, I kind of like you.
I think she was referring to the jock in the kind of coach guy in that sentence.
No, it was definitely Bacon.
Oh, okay.
It was 100% Bacon.
Okay.
Not unlike my breakfast this morning. That was a joke. I didn't have 100% bacon for breakfast. But yeah, so
this movie made me want bacon. Like, I don't know. Bacon.
So we the predominant chunk of the movie is going through this experience of a load of young adults who have kind of decided what way they want to be in life. Now being tried to be readjusted out of it, and most of them not cool with the endeavor for the most part. The jock guy kind of is down to do it, but also not. But
because some of us
the jock guy falls into the.
Some of us want to be the norm, or what we think the norm is supposed to be.
Yeah.
200 years ago, the jock guy would have fitted right in certain cultures.
What?
Yeah.
What?
2,000 years ago, the jock guy would have fit right in certain cultures, whereby it is man, but I also like other men.
Yeah. Well, it was. Are you talking about like the Greeks and the Romans?
Yeah, essentially, like that's.
And the Spartans. Yeah,
exactly.
Their exact methodology was women were for procreating, men were for fucking.
Don't know if that was their exact methodology, but they were kosher with whatever you wanted to do.
I think you'll find that.
It really was like two paths in life.
Sorry, I may have put it not eloquently enough. Women were for procreation, men were for pleasure. Would be
yes, right. Get me off.
Yeah, thanks, Wampa.
Once again, I think it might have been a case of individual preference, but whatever.
Wherein lies the movie? Individual preference.
Individual preference. So,
a norm. I hunt. You feed me. Make me babies. Kind of vibe.
Yes. Which they tried to enforce.
This is where the weird duality of the movie that is them starts to be really well done, but also really bad, all at the same time. Because and I kind of get why you do need to explore all of the characters in depth as to everything. You know what I mean? But this is where it starts getting more teen drama, not horror movie. Up until 20 minutes. Now, I will say, for a teen drama, I found it very compelling. And the kind of slight constant threat of, you kind of know Kevin Bacon is not up to any good at the camp, but it's never... There's some pictures that are uncovered kind of, I think it was like the 40-minute mark in the movie. And then that's kind of the end of it for another 20 or 30 minutes until you see him literally doing one of the things from the pictures, which is electroshock therapying the jock lad.
I was going to say, which is rather shocking.
One of my favorites, though, is the sit around whole group thing. That was probably the best writing in that whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got a voice.
Yeah.
There's transition. There's exchange of information. Like, that was probably the best part of the movie.
That was all really well done, but that's a different movie to what we were supposed to be getting, if you know what I mean.
So, right.
And yet again, Blumhouse, and don't fucking copyright flag me again. I'm technically complimenting you. The teen drama side of this, and the actual just social commentary of everything, of stuff that is something that used to happen and everything.
Yeah,
is well
Still
handled.
does happen.
So it still probably, yeah, actually still does happen. That was all really well handled, but in taking so much time to handle all of that, you forgot you were doing a horror movie, and it just turned into this. It turned into this just, and this is the bit where this is something that I end up saying about nearly all of the most recent Blumhouse movies, although technically somewhat justified in this one. But it just turns into a smorgasbord of just random killings, you know. So your one shows up, someone dies. Okay, cool. Now we have another couple and they're about to canoodle on the bed. Your man shows up, he dies. Okay, cool. Oh, there we go. We've run into another guy. He's dead. Oh, fuck that. Oh, he's dead too. Okay, all of the kids run into the fucking cafeteria. Oh, look, all the dead people are sitting on chairs. What's going on? We need to get out of here. We go to Kevin Bacon and his wife. Okie dokie, no problem there. We'll sort all of that out. Oh no, now all the kids are off the place. Turns out the killer doesn't have anything to worry about killing people. She's able to just go straight up on a murder spree. So now she's just fucking killing people left, right, and centre. And then, you know, it turns out we find out who the killer is. The killer is justified, but they still go to hand her into the cops. Oh God, the duality, whatever you gotta do. You know, and then that's basically the end of the movie. That's it. There's no tension. There's no kind of build up to any of the kills. There's no... At no stage are you ever going to feel scared and or terrified watching any of these kills happen. I suppose due to the fact that it's all the assholes that are getting murdered, it also makes it hard to do that, but you can still make the scene tense.
Honestly, I think...
quick and fast, or too quick and over.
Yeah, it's all literally they're doing something and someone pops up from behind, the killer pops up from behind and hits them with a...
Like, we don't
whatever the
get
fuck
any
they
of that
decide to
old
hit them with.
school Friday the 13th where we're like even creeping up on somebody. Like, it's like
There's
boom.
no build up. There's no musical kind of keys. There's nothing. There's just, oh, I'm banging my missus. Oh my God, what's that behind you? Whack. That's that scene over. Some twitchy legs just to clarify they're dead. I'm about to go beat off to the girls in the camera because they're in the showers. Pop. Oh no, my head's through the monitor. I'm dead.
Right.
But like even if they had more people working at the camp, and they had like spread out death scenes starting earlier.
Dude, they need what this needed. What this
taken away from.
Dude, can I just say on a pacing level, right? What this needed wasn't more people to kill. It was more time put into the kills.
Yeah, because had they had more
because if they had more
counselors, it would have taken away from what they had done earlier in, like, say, the sit around circle, building of the characters and what have you. Had we had more characters, then we would have had to cut a lot of that up to get those.
Well, and
that's not even my problem. My problem with is my
too.
problem was if they had more camp counselors, it just means that I'm watching more deaths that have no fucking build up or gravitas to them.
They would have had to split the difference, so somebody else died quickly by a fishhook, while we now also shorten a character development. Like, it was just
every death is a jump scare death, basically.
Yeah.
Every death is a jump scare death, and unfortunately they put so much love and care into the way they built the characters that they forgot when you're doing a horror movie, you're supposed to put equal amounts of love and care, if not more love and care, into the kill scenes, because that's kind of what's supposed to be happening in a horror movie, especially something that is pretty much advertised as being a slasher.
And sadly, I can see those moments where they could have shortened it.
Yeah, 100%.
In a scene over here or a scene over there, or
well, I mean, say the psycho couple that were obviously I got the impression that they were converted, but not really well, was what I picked up on.
Because
which is why I'd be saying.
But they're not bi.
No, they're not bi.
They're not bi.
At a phone, he was staring at the
He's
phone.
not attracted to her at all. She's holding her phone with the chick on the picture above his head, and he has the picture of the dude.
Or staring at him. Right.
They're not bi. She's merely a hole, and he's merely a device to entertain that hole. There's no.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But say you could just picking that scene for instance, you could have broken that scene up where you know, there's a little noise out in the living room. Boyfriendy goes, or husbandy guy goes out to check the little noise. Do you know? He goes back in, they start canoodling again. There's another noise outside the window. He goes to check the window. And then, you know, maybe he gets hauled out the fucking window. Chick goes to fucking run out the fucking living room or something like that. Person's already at the door, stabbed. We have some nice kind of dramatic fucking tension music going on. And then we cut to the quietness of everything that's going on. And that's a way of fucking people up with the pacing as well, where you go from something really dramatic and something and it just goes boom. Okay, we're over that now. We're into this bit. What the fuck? But I haven't got over that bit. Don't care. We're into this bit now. Let's keep going.
Like, you can't be shocked by the scene. You can't even acknowledge it because it's over so quickly.
Yeah, it's just they're a company that's become phenomenally reliant on jump scares, and that's every movie recently is really good movie build up at the start to 20 minutes of just gratifying kills.
One of the things that
Go ahead.
One of the things that I kind of liked was the way that they kind of represented each stage of acceptance of their situation. You know, you got the one person that's completely fine, that accepted that they're gay and, you know, they're out there. You got the ones that are afraid to kind of, you know, that they're disappointing family members, friends. You got ones that hate themselves because they're this way. So
you've got ones who are happy with themselves and are essentially been blackmailed into going there.
Yeah, that's
You know.
Like, they presented so many different angles. It was beautiful.
Which is nice for people.
Well, the transgender lady was
to see
the transgender lady's whole situation is basically her and her brother are super tight, and the mum and the dad essentially were like, you go up to this camp and you give it a go, or we're never fucking letting you talk to your brother again. You can fuck off, basically. We don't want anything to do with you. So that's her reason for being at the camp. And as the guy said, there's some guys that are there, similar, you know, different threat, similar circumstances. Some people are there, as you said, because they don't fit in society and it's driving them fucking mad.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
getting good gets to a
they did a good job of kind of covering all kind of bases.
Yeah, which is nice for people who might be in those experiences to see that on on screen, to let them know that, you know, they're being represented.
They never really said where anybody was from. They just said, this is my house, this is what I'm facing. So they never actually gave, like, say, landmarks. Oh, and then he just deleted that after I answered it. All right. Excuse me. I don't know. Like, I look at it, like, I feel like a lot of it, like I said, I truly enjoyed the sit around circle thing. I don't necessarily feel like the musical aspect was needed. Like, I felt like they could have cut that.
Oh, too cuddly with her brother? No, that's not the vibe I was getting. No. No, it's not too cuddly with the brother.
My brother loves me.
Yeah, in a very brotherly, sisterly, or technically, technically brotherly fashion, but now brotherly, sisterly fashion.
Right? No, not like, that's the thing. Like, this movie does not make anything weird.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Like, the movie doesn't make anything weird as far as, like, the kids are concerned.
Sorry, the way you worded that question, Cags, it sounded like you were like, because she's an African-American transgender woman living in Alabama. I was like, okay, that's not cool.
Right. Like, oh, you know. But I do feel like we could have, say, cut that musical down and used that whole fucking section.
That was the best part of the movie.
Was it, though? I mean...
What, the sing-along?
Yeah, the sing-along.
It was cringe-tastic. I'll definitely give it...
I think, Buzz, it depends on what kind of movie you're making, and in this kind of movie... A different kind of movie.
It did seem kind of odd.
I feel like
it definitely seemed like they went very High School Musical.
I definitely think that it was not so much about the singing and the dancing, but more the philosophy and meaning behind the lyrics of the song. They were singing it at each other. Sorry, I burped down the camera. There was not. Yeah. I'm good.
As I do it again.
No, you know, it's wording. It's like, you're good, Gags. But no, like, I just feel like. We could have, like, shaved that or used it to something. Like, we could have scattered that over so many minutes.
I actually do think, outside of it being cringe-tastically entertaining, I do think that section is kind of crucial because that's a very yeah because it's a very definitive. That's a solidifying bonding moment between the group where we might all have our individual issues, but we're all together as one.
But I feel like we could have done it shorter. We didn't need like the whole like knee slide group. So I feel like
you totally needed the knee slide because at the start he was very well. No, think about it. Okay,
because he was the one that was very anti.
You're going to need to sit the fuck back and give me a second. I'm about to do a giz. Okay, the whole thing with the knee slide is if you think about the guy's character in a deeper way, he was one of the people that was, I want to go to college, I want to be a pro baller, and I'm never going to be a pro baller while I'm proing balls, basically. Right?
Right.
When the whole musical section kicks off, he's just standing in the corner. He's kind of throwing glances over, and he's genuinely trying to ignore it and just stay out of the loop. So the fact that you see him doing the big Patrick Swayze knee slide right up into the camera is like, that's that final moment that it's like all the group are locked in together. We are...
Also see
and it's preceded
the knee slide. So you could have cut it there where he was just singing along. That was his acceptance.
Because the knee slide was cinematically a much more visually entertaining and quick way of doing it. Because if he has to sing along, then that means you have to give him an actual bit of the song where he can. It's not just him begrudgingly singing along. You need to see him really enjoying it. So instead of having to take 60 seconds to do that, it just goes from the guys singing to him power sliding up the fucking camera, cut to the outside shot of Kevin Bacon looking in, really not happy about what's going on inside.
Or just like that whole when he finally joins, make it a little bit bigger, give him 2-3 extra words of the song, power out to Kevin Bacon, and then use those extra seconds. God knows where in this movie.
There's also, in credit to one bit of cool camera work that they did, if you look at the way they transition out, it's a power slide into camera from him and his crotch. It's a power pull out to reveal Kevin Bacon standing outside of the house. So there's actually a cinematically, there is a nice fluidity. Considering most of the movie is just chop, 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 that was actually one scene where there was a little bit of fluidity to the way they went from one shot to the other.
There is fluidity to this movie.
I liked the sight gag they did whereby Jordan and can't remember the character's name.
Which guy?
The one that ended up with Jock.
Oh, Justin, isn't it? Or no, Gabriel.
Yeah.
No, not Gabriel. Not Gabriel.
The one who ended up with the Jock?
Oh,
at the very end.
Toby.
Oh.
The black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toby.
So when Toby's putting on the face cream, and he looks over at Jordan, and Jordan's going like, "Yeah, okay," and he puts on, and you have the big dude, and he's kind of looking at him, just going, and he shrugs. He's just like, "Oh, for God's sake!" And he turns over to the other side, and there's Gabriel looking at him at the other side, smiling. And he's putting the stuff on as well. And here's just like, to have that preceding the slide into the dance scene. Although personally, I thought that, like, I don't know about anyone else, I actually legitimately laughed off as going through my head. He should have just fucking laughed it off and went to sleep. It was hilarious. The way the camera, it was a good sight gag. Is my point. You know, that kind of the camera panning.
Right, but it was also good for characters. He's like, oh my god.
So were you complaining that the movie was too long? Is that what you were trying to?
I feel like no. I just meant like either it should have been longer, so they could.
Oh no, it definitely did not need to be longer.
I think it was perfect.
He's saying that he can see parts that could have been cut down on in order to facilitate longer, better kills.
Yes, I would agree with you there. I don't think the dance scene's one of them, though, personally.
Okay, well, that's just where I was like, okay, where can we cut this? Because I'm looking at like.
I will say that what they could have chopped down a little bit on was where the dance scene. Where the dance scene really did show that the whole group were kind of, we're united as a group together. You might have this issue, I might have that issue, but we're done as a group. Okay. They did then go and continue to reestablish these mini groups within,
and, like,
and I was kind of like, we could have just got over that a little bit. All I did I suppose if you're going to be dealing with, I suppose the subject matter in general made it slightly like, okay, we really need to
define characteristics.
Yeah, I don't think we can just go in and just start fucking.
And okay, so they're like the problem. I'm looking at it like from a horror aspect.
So am I.
I'm like kind of like, hey, maybe we could cut here or here. But if you look at like subject matter, then it all fits. And it.
But the problem is, that it is supposed to be a horror movie.
Therein lies my problem.
I didn't get a horror movie. I got a horror ending, kind of.
If you would have maybe spaced the kills out to maybe not have them be in the ass back half of the movie, to where it's at least more things happening.
Here's what I figure happened there is that they didn't have time to do that.
And
because if you even look at the way that the fucking fucking groundskeeper guy dies, where the fuck's his body go? Do you know what I mean? He just shows up in the lake later on. That's fucking 2 days. Where the fuck have they been hiding a fucking dead body on there for 2 days? Do you know what I mean? So,
that was my question.
Like, I think that was another issue that they were like, there's only one set of cabins for the girls, there's one set of cabins for the guys, and there's a fucking communal house that everyone else lives in, plus the cafeteria.
Do we really
I can explain where he was for the 2 days, but they didn't show it, so what's the point of me explaining it?
Sorry, did they hint to it, or is it like
logic?
Okay, leave it out. It's not part of the script.
Because how often do we check on the ground?
Yeah, because it's not something established, unfortunately, or hinted to. It's a theory at best. So, like, I think that's a part of the issue, that they were like, okay, if we start pacing these bodies out, we're going to have to start doing body reveals as well.
I kind of thought, like, I went and got the body from old boy where I left it to use it into the next section of the movie. Like, it was there were so many weird transitions from time to time.
Yeah, but it was like, there wasn't even a question about, hey, anyone seen the gatekeeper anywhere? And also, why is his computer monitor gone? Or presumably still there? I don't even know if they fucking cleaned up afterwards.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how often do you check on the groundskeeper? I've got shit to do. I'm supposed to.
You don't check on the groundskeeper. What you do check on is when you go outside and the grounds aren't clean, and you're like, where the fuck is the groundskeeper?
Okay, how do you know if the fucking grounds are kept? It's the woods.
I think that's literally part of Kevin Bacon's MO. Look at how fucking meticulous he is about everything.
Okay, but I'm like, I step outside. Oh, look, there's still fucking trees. It's the fucking woods. Like, I don't know how. Like, how do you compare that? Like, hey, the woods are closer, not closer. Like, how do you know what your groundskeeper's doing today?
Because he didn't do the shit you told him to do, and it's still not been done yet. Where the fuck is he to fucking take care of that?
You will be happy to hear, Hater, that nobody fucks in the woods. Nobody fucks in the woods in this movie.
Damn.
Someone does fuck on a dock, though. Actually, come to think of it, so I don't know if you count that as woods.
There was some docking going on.
No, there wasn't any docking going on. And for the love of God, Google that before you ever say that live on air again.
There kind of was.
No, there wasn't.
No, there was never.
There wasn't. Docking. Believe it or not, is a very specific thing.
There was docking in the murder cabin.
No, there also wasn't. Just to clarify, I cannot prefix this enough before this comes up again on show. Docking is a very specific thing in relation to a sexual act, and none of that happened in this movie. To the best of my knowledge. I could be doing a giz on it now and hypothesizing that maybe, on Wednesday when nobody was watching, Gabriel and your man went off and they docked the shit out of each other. That might have happened. I don't know. What I do know is it didn't happen in storyline or on camera.
No. I feel like we definitely watched two people dock.
No.
I'm goofing.
Okay, I'm going to send you something on fucking... I'm going to send you something now, okay?
Because, like, I Googled docking meaning, and it was like, dock.
No.
That I feel like happened in order to load or unload.
Nope. I think you're going to find that you are wrong.
I am totally fucking curious now.
I am going to send you... I'll send it in... I'm not putting it in the chat. I'll tell you that straight out. Because YouTube... Well...
Buzz, are you the only one that enjoys me not being a part of this?
Okay.
A funny thing is I started it.
Okay, you read that there, and you tell me if docking happened in the movie. Okay.
Oh, okay. No,
why did I have to?
Sorry, I'm going to have to do a Hulk Hogan here for a moment. Sorry. Did docking happen in they them, Carter? Maybe off camera, but in a storyline capacity that's been brought up and or hinted to, would you say that docking happened? No. Okay, cool. All right, we're moving on with our day.
On scene, I felt I did not realize that was docking. Google failed me, so I'm just gonna.
It did. I'd ring Google and be like, Google, you made me look like a fucking ass
me
on
yet again,
camera last
Google.
night.
Made me look like a fucking asshole, by the way.
You can understand why I was so avidly like, I need to explain why this definitely did not happen in the movie now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sadly own it.
Because
So
considering it's a movie about people having
right.
their
So
own
there was
preferences
some
and things like that, it should be something prefixed that definitely did not happen in the movie.
See, oh man, fucking Google.
Yeah, I would email the minute this show is over. I would email Dave Google and be like, Dave, you fucked up. You fucked up bad.
Totally fucked
You fucked me. Although I will say, in the defense of Dave Google, I literally just typed in docking, spelt incorrectly by the way, because I was typing fast and furiously, sex meaning, and it came up almost instantaneously.
I said docking meaning, and it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
well,
dude,
yeah, I'm sure you got some fucking weather forecasts for winds, what it's like down at the fucking docks at the moment, what the fucking SSS Titanic's up to. I don't know.
So
yeah,
upset.
Yeah.
Okay, so God, I hate to fucking do this live. Carter was wrong. There was no docking in the film.
Yeah.
Nathan.
No. Some people did fuck on the dock, though. I'm quite happy to admit that happened.
I technically
Dogging is definitely a thing as well, but that didn't happen in the movie. Oh
I
well.
was technically in the second act of the situation where I thought maybe some docking had happened, and Carter was wrong.
Mm-mm.
Carter, I was wrong.
I think Giz was going to jump in and explain if I didn't, because I saw this look at his face when I was like, oh no, I think you'll find, and he was just like, I don't even need to. I'm fine. I'm going to sit back and watch this happen. Okay, yeah. So anyway, I'm reluctant to try the trailer for this.
Wow. So that's what I missed. Docking sex meaning. That's what I should have Googled.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fuck. All right. Yeah, it was there.
Next time.
Next time. You'd like type better, I guess.
No, I spelled docking wrong. There's 3 N's in it.
I didn't even put it in. Oh wait. What did you spell?
I technically spent docking.
I went like DOCKING.
DOCKINNIG.
Really?
Yeah. And showing results for docking sex meaning. Search instead for docking sex meaning. No, we'll just take the original one. Thanks.
I really felt like you knew me better than that. I am so fucking upset. All right.
Yeah, Google did you dirty, dude. Not unlike docking, because that terrifies me as a concept. I won't lie to you.
Kind of feel like Google knew me better than that, but all right.
I didn't know this is.
I once looked it up to see what it was like, and I can never unsee that.
All right.
Ever.
This is
ever. Not that I'm complaining about people who do it. If that tickles your pickle, by all means, tickle your pickle. Right. But for me, it was an image burnt into my brain forever that will never leave.
JC.
Like even when I drive past docks in real life, there's just this.
JC, so it's like docking a space shuttle into a space station.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't for science. It was literally. Well, I suppose technically you could say it was for science. It was literally out of sheer fascination, because when I read the meaning of it, I was like, "How the fuck does that even work?" And then I saw how it worked, and I was like, "That should not work. I'm not doing that ever in my life." There's a thing that I know now how that functions, and I know that I never have interest in doing that, because don't won't lie to you, it mostly look painful. I can't see it being enjoyable personally, but I mean, as I said, if that's what tickles your pickle, go for it.
I'm like, what the fuck is that?
I don't mind. Oh God, who would have known that this was going to be the conversation loop we get stuck on going out of the movie? Anyway, I'm trying to think. Will we bother trying the trailer for? Will we bother trying the trailer for They Them, or will we just?
I think let Buzz do it.
Let Buzz do it.
Okay. He didn't do that.
No problemo. We'll just go to Buzz main stage cam.
Hey Kegs, don't judge. It helps me forget a lot of things in life.
Why is this not working?
I do okay.
Work, you bastard. Game might take a second to transfer
I
over.
forgot a lot of shit, so.
Why won't that work? Why is that not working? Why are you not working?
I'll admit that.
Why are you not working? That makes... I'm angry. Okay, I'm going to have to do it the old school way. That's fine. Oh, God, that won't work. Look at him go. Wait, no.
I'm Johnny Bravo.
Hey,
oh, mama.
Ooh. Hey, sexy mama. Hoo-ha. Okay, you're going to have to do it from here. I guess I don't know why the secondary camera's not working.
Okay. Yes, this is
Hang on.
them.
Whoa. I think if you take down the picture of they them, because I could see the top of his do-rag there for a second from behind it.
Oh, yeah, no, I have a second camera rigged up that's just automatically big, but it doesn't appear to be working. Well, maybe, do you know... Oh, hang on.
It's because the poster is up in front of it.
No, it's not, dude.
You did
Just
earlier.
one time, just trust the producer guy that designed the layout. That's not it. Where is it? Buzz setup. I need to turn the whole window off. That's what it is. No. Why is that not working? Is the poster up behind it?
In front of it.
You did fine before. Like, it clicked over with
I could see the top of Buzz's head a couple of seconds ago, except it was like
there we go.
Was in front.
There I am.
There you are.
Oh,
yeah, sorry, I don't know why that fucking... It just took a second to click over. I don't know what the fuck.
Okay, well, hopefully this isn't disappointing.
Well, it technically reads your
It is
thing
going
is
to be.
the same camera twice, so when I click from one to the other, it takes a second for it to do its
remember.
Okay.
Be politically.
PC.
PC.
Okay. This is they, them. Hi, guys. I'm Kevin Bacon. Welcome to Gay Camp. I think that's what it is, pretty
Gay
much. Or
Conversion camp.
Or Conversion Camp. That's what I was going for. Welcome to Conversion Camp. I accept you. Everybody here accepts you. Wink, wink, wink. Because he doesn't. 30 minutes later. Who's next? Who's the first person to die? Okay. Actually, let me rewind. We're rewinding. We're all sitting in a circle. We're telling everybody our life stories, and we're bonding. Yes, that's good. Okay, now 30 minutes later, I'm looking at some naked people. Oh no, my head into the computer, dead. 30 minutes later, we're kind of suspicious about the way things are going on at camp, and Kevin Bacon, is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? Kevin, we'll ponder this for another hour and a half. Carter, you can't talk during the trailer. Sorry. It's not
I'll
polite.
bump up the creepy background music because that was missing.
Okay. 30 minutes later.
Better German than Casper Van Dien. All right.
I wasn't trying to be German. I was just trying to sing 30 minutes later. Sorry, we're getting two different movies into the trailer. What else happened? Yeah, we sing a song, and we're all High School Musical. We're friends, and slide. I can't actually power slide because I don't have the room. But yeah, we're friends. But Kevin Bacon's like, no, sir, I don't like it. And then 30 minutes later, we're fucking, but I'm looking at this picture. Oh, we're dead.
One lady hater. I wish it was the trailer for the dockening.
30. Or nah, not 30 minutes because I'm actually now going into almost like 3 hours into a movie.
It's not that long.
30 minutes.
5 minutes later. Oh no! All the counselors are dead, and they're in the room where we eat food. Oh no!
Where are we going to eat food now?
I can't eat my SpaghettiOs. I don't know why it's SpaghettiOs. That's the food I went with. That's my commitment. So yeah, we can't eat SpaghettiOs there anymore because there's dead people with their blood all over the tables. Yeah. SpaghettiOs. Oh, perfect. I wish I thought of that. About another 2 minutes later, Kevin Bacon and Mrs. Kevin Bacon, we're going to go get the guns. You guys don't get guns. We get guns. We're going to kill whoever's killing people. 20 minutes later, everybody's dead. Fuck it. Who cares? That's it. everybody dies that are bad. Most of the people that everybody who doesn't die are the good people.
Okay, so my kid just scared
Pretty much.
fucking horn when this movie did. Hope I'm good.
They, them. You know, kind of a positive message. Fuck it. Go watch it. It's on Peacock.
Would have been an awesome drum. Really.
I am. I'm now, because you have repeatedly screamed out the fact that you don't do words. I'm starting to wonder, do you understand what the actual meaning of a trailer is? Number one.
No.
Or
It's
30
okay, dude. Hang
It
on.
was like
in Buzz's
6 hours.
defense, I have wondered whether most of Hollywood knows what the actual meaning of a trailer is for the last decade and a half.
Yeah, I gave away all the spoilers in the trailer.
Yeah, he
How they
did
do
it.
it now.
He did a modern.
That
trailer
is
as far as I'm
technically
concerned.
true, where they gave away the
You
entire
know
plot
what?
of
Like,
the
you
trailer.
did like a black phone kind of
And I didn't actually give away the main
Right.
spoiler.
Right.
I mean,
That's true.
this stuff you
That is
obviously knew was
That is
coming.
true.
You knew Kevin Bacon was going to be a bad man just because by looking at him.
Wampa, if you're here,
Yeah.
because
Come on.
you haven't been here for one of the movie rendition nights. We have this outstanding beef with Blumhouse. I don't know if Blumhouse are aware
They
that
started it.
they did. I don't know if they're aware that
They
it's
don't
still
know.
going on.
They did.
There's. I say I don't know if I'm aware. Call me paranoid. There's just been one or two takedowns that have felt very personal. It's the one where we got flagged where I called them a bunch of asshats live and I didn't even have a trailer playing, and I was like, okay, well, someone from Blumhouse was obviously watching the fucking show.
Right.
Because it was like, okay, so now I don't even have to have any Blumhouse property on the channel. I can just get fucking blanked for mentioning the name. Okay, fine, Mr. Jason Blum with your stupid fucking head. Sorry.
Thank you for
I was going to go into constructive criticism there, and then I turned into a man-child and I just called him a name and just
They
just shoot.
started it.
They did start.
I'm still saying, like, you gave me Happy Death Day, but you're weird.
So pretty much what he's trying to say is they keep taking our stream down because we either A, play a trailer or say
Yeah,
something bad. So they left us no result to me to do the trailer of the film.
In the defense of Blumhouse, it's also Universal Studios, but that's also a problem because Universal Studios and Blumhouse team up the whole fucking time now, so sometimes it's a double whammy.
Yep. Right.
I've had the show
something
pulled
bad.
for the same trailer by two different companies, and I was like, how the fuck does that work? How's that working? How does that work? Like copyright law, that shouldn't be able to happen. But
They
anywho,
got salty. I was like, you know what? Because they made us that way. Just gonna put that out.
Yeah, Joseph said there's a rat in the house. Yeah, Blumhouse.
Yep.
A rat in the house.
so anyway, long story short, this is
the
why
name.
we have weird trailers where I just blow up to Buzz to 3D gigantic size. Although I had framed you up so well that Hader thought you were going to punch him in the face when you leaned into the screen.
You know what? But
What's up?
that's awesome production on your end.
Thank you.
So,
And I give a trailer to where it's
Ow.
not very flattering for their movie because fuck them.
we figure
Give and take
one of
relationship.
these days
Blumhouse.
they're gonna be like, we gotta stop that Buzz guy from doing our trailers. Then let us play the fucking trailer.
Do you know what the sad thing is? Thing is that even if they did stop flagging the trailers, I probably still wouldn't give them a good review because I'm not giving
Do your movie
yeah,
suck?
I'm not giving you I'm not giving them bad reviews out of spite. It's like earned.
Stop.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's earned. Stop
Make
remaking
something
stuff,
good.
please.
And believe me, I can already tell I'm gonna have a hell of a rant when Halloween Ends comes out in a couple
Oh man,
months.
tell me
Fuck
about it.
that
Or are you
movie.
talking about Halloween Ends COVID, the real killer? Is that the one you're speaking of?
I'm sure.
I'm sorry, Halloween Ends. Is that gonna be Blumhouse?
Presumably, because the
Well,
other
the last
two
two
were.
were.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that. I totally forgot. By the way, Kegs, alcohol does help you forget because I totally forgot that bullshit. All right.
Fucking Blumhouse's dirty stinking paws all over the goddamn
Guys, you're not
thing.
my Halloween. Everyone gave out about Rob Zombie, and then this came out. Do you know? I'm so
Yeah, right.
happy. I'm so happy that the first one turned out good, and then the second and third one looked like they're going to be ass because everyone gave out about the Rob Zombie one, and now it's like, ha 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 ha. Oh, is it that good? Oh.
I was watching 616 Entertainment where he did the history of all the Halloween movies, and
Get that grill going, Wampa.
It has same exact views that I do about pretty much every single one. I started getting re-pissed off again today, and I was like, I'm not even fucking watching the
What are you
movies,
watching?
and I'm getting pissed off. 616 Entertainment. He did a history of the Halloween films last year.
God.
He breaks it up into 4 parts, where it's like part 1 is 1 and 2, part 2 is 3 by itself, part 3 is 4 through 6, part 4 is the H2O Resurrection, and then part 5 was the remakes, the Rob Zombie films.
Anywho.
And yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff indeed.
So I was getting Madigan.
Right. Ratings before we go on, because Buzz technically was the trailer for this. So, ratings. I'm going to give it a 7.
As am I.
That's what I was
going to give it a 7 because all of the non-horror movie bits of the story I really enjoyed. As I said, I really think they did a great job at character development and helping you literally understand where everybody was coming from in each specific personalized part of their story, and it was done really well, and not in a boring way. It was done really well. Was really invested in it. It would have been a 9 if I actually had a fucking horror movie happen at the end of it. So I'm essentially giving it 6 for the thing and then 1 for the bit of horror, because the kills would have been good if they had actually been done as kills opposed to jump scares. And for a change, and where I do think they missed the ball badly, is for a change, the people getting knocked off are a pack of fucking asshats by intention. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're guys that you're not going to like by the time they start getting knocked off anyway. Yeah, so like if you had given some of those kills an actual build-up and stuff, the tension and the suspense and the fear and everything would have been there, but then it would have been a weird juxtaposition, because then it happens and you're kind of like, fuck yeah!
They definitely had spots where there could have been some tension, but they just don't.
They did everything as they got.
Like, it falls flat. Like I was saying before, I feel like it's just a kind of a paint by numbers horror movie. With the horror aspect of it was paint by numbers, and kind of how everything played out and is kind of predictable once certain points and things kind of came out. But I thought the acting was really well. Yeah. Like, Kevin Bacon was good. I don't really think there was really acting wise. There was really anybody that stood
Everyone
out.
was good. I enjoyed Toby. I thought the jock kid did a great job. Personally, my favorite was Justin.
Well, okay, you look at Toby. He did that vampire teenage thing.
Yeah.
He did the what with the what?
Daybreakers.
It was like this. Oh my god, the one with fucking That was a good movie. I like Daybreakers. Yeah.
Toby was on Daybreakers.
Yeah, that was the one with fucking Ethan Hawke.
No. Netflix series Daybreak.
Yeah, Daybreak.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Teenage, like, fucking zombie thing. Where they all... It was a good show. Alright.
By Netflix.
Oddly enough, by Netflix.
I don't believe you.
No, you can believe
Kingdom.
it.
Kingdom is a good zombie show by Netflix.
No, Netflix only bought it in. It's not made by Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Netflix bought Daybreakers. Season 1 was awesome, and then they fucking killed it.
Now, that sounds like Netflix. There you go. Okay, that's the Netflix I know and love.
Right. Exactly. Like, oh my god, teenagers rule the world?
Sunny Kiss
Sunny Kiss
Carter,
is a
by the way,
wrestler.
is the...
Concrete Rules.
Yeah, is the...
No fucking
cross-dressing wrestler?
Still no clue.
Transgender?
I don't know is it transgender?
No,
Or is it like a drag
to get the proper
wrestler?
I looked at the character, like I still didn't recognize him. So
Sunny Kiss is an openly gay wrestler.
Yeah.
Who is rather flamboyant in his presentation
and ridiculously
and is
bendy.
Fantastic in the ring.
Yeah. Epic wrestler. Oh, yeah. Epic wrestler.
Really good wrestler.
So goddamn bendy.
because I looked at the picture and like I was like,
And he even has a bum that I'm like, that's a nice ass. Well done, man. That's a guy who does not miss squat day in the gym.
So
and he knows it.
Fucking YouTube that shit then. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody else not Carter.
Yeah.
on
Okay.
this one.
Right. So. Okay.
You're not as much of a wrestling fan as the rest of us.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
So
I am, but like I just don't like you guys keep up with like all of the independent, and I just like I'm like WWE, AEW, and so I wind up asking you.
I have a lot of hours in the day where I don't sleep.
Yeah, so do I. And then I watch like films like Shark rental. And it was
Yeah,
like,
maybe
oh
you
my
should
God.
stop doing that and go look up Ring of Honor or AEW and have yourself a good time.
I feel like I should, but then I'm like,
Probably
oh my
should.
God.
You should probably even watch WWE
Or,
again because it's probably getting
Or
worse.
Stardom.
Okay,
Let's
but
just
then
start 'em.
it's on. Okay, but then when we get to films like Butt Boy and everybody's like, what's that? And Carter's all like, oh my God, that movie. So that's what I bring to the table.
Oh, we're
Whenever
doing
they're-
all butt movies next week, aren't we?
Yes!
Yes. Okay. Anyway,
love-
so anyway,
Oh,
moving on from the butt movies onto this movie. What are you giving it?
I feel like Giz still has to give a
He
vote.
said 7.
No,
No,
he said
Giz said
7.
7.
Buzz still has to give a vote.
We all had the same. We all said
Still
7.
has to give
Yeah,
a vote.
Buzz said 7. I definitely heard that. Not just now.
Johnny has to give a vote.
I was literally the first person that said 7, and then I justified it down into 6 points for this and 1 point for this.
He's gonna give it bad. Just give it bad. Go ahead.
I'm
It's
kind
okay.
of like, no, I'm math and numbers. Like, fuck me.
You don't need to do math. All you need to do is go on a rating of 1 to 10. I think it's this good. There's no math involved there. Well, there is a little bit. You
Said
need
5.
to know that 1 is small and 10 is high. That's about the only math.
If you're dealing with numbers, math.
Okay, well then I'll break it down for you. 1 is small, 10 is high, and everything else I'm sure you can adjudicate in between where that goes.
Hard 5.
Hard 5.
That sounds really fucking weird when we talked about this movie. So I'll just go for a normal 5, not a hard 5.
5.
Just a 5. Killing me right now.
6.5 for... It's a 6.5 for they, them.
Oh, so
Not a terrible movie, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Truth.
You
Yes.
okay there?
I'm fine.
Right.
Go watch it. It's on the Peacock.
It's on Peacocks. Are you just laughing at the word cock now? Is that basically what's going on?
Hey, dude,
I'm
I
laughing
can't.
at his. I'm laughing at Buzz right now.
I'm a funny guy. What can I say?
Funny. Uh-oh.
I
Funny,
bring the chuckles to the program.
Yes. Yeah.
It's going to be a long night.
Anyway.
I feel like we killed the long road. Now we just get to talk about it like an awesome fucking movie.
Yeah, we got all the bullshit out of the way. Now it's time to actually. Even though, like I said, I don't dislike they them. It's just it's not as good. As
It's definitely not Prey.
It's not a horror
Yeah.
film. Definitely.
Prey
It's unfortunately got to put on the same program as Prey, so it automatically loses.
Okay.
I thought they them was Peacock.
You know what? I'm just going to put the poster up for anyone.
Hey, what?
Okay. You're also massive. What the fuck is going on here?
My channel.
Everybody's got massive cocks.
Okay, so this is the poster I made for Prey, or for tonight's show.
Oh.
It'll give you an indication of roughly what everybody from the GoreCast opinions on the movie are.
So
The
Dominic,
fact that it's advertised as Prey movie review and 2 other movies.
So Dominic, it's not a horror movie, but I am very curious of everyone's opinion of the new Jurassic World movie.
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah,
I like this.
Shouldn't watch
it is what it is. Like,
Thank you.
dinosaur ate motherfuckers, missed a couple motherfuckers, ate up.
Na, 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 na.
Are you trying to mock me? Is that what you're doing? Is that what? Are you
Me?
mocking me? Is that where you keep going na 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 na?
No, I was trying to sing the song.
What song?
No, singing the Jurassic.
Oh, that's not what that sounded like. Okay.
It's okay, Buzz. I got it.
I know. I didn't see it. Thank you.
Um,
Someone gets my comedic genius.
So Joseph is like,
Wouldn't go that far.
it's Thursday. Ah, fuck, dude, why'd you type the name? The bartender from Feast.
Drew Gallagher.
That's not Drew, that's
That's
C-L-U.
Clue Gallagher.
Thank
sorry.
you. I'm like, I fucked up a lot of shit. I didn't fuck that up. I think next week is supposed to be Badonkadonk night.
I mean, we didn't really
What the
specify
what?
any nights. We just kind of said we were going to do them eventually.
Oh no, I'm nearly for sure we said next Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
I won't lie to you. If it wasn't for the fact that Prey was on the list this week, it would have been this Thursday. I would have been like, we're just going to move Badonkadonk night right up to Thursday, and then we'll cover all the other stuff the week after.
I'm sorry, Giz looks confused. Butt night.
I'm very.
It's
excited
not
to see what
but
the
night,
poster's gonna look
technically.
like.
The way it was advertised on Tuesday was Badonkadonk Thursday.
Right, but he doesn't know what badonkadonk is. I'm like, oh hey, butt Thursday. Like it's just.
No, it's just the way it was said. It's not that I didn't know. It's that I automatically then went, wait, what? Because
Cushy
associated with
Thursday.
something
Does that
else.
make more sense to you?
I know.
Okay.
It's just that I associated with different things there for a second. I was kind of like, wait, what?
I'm excited to see what the poster looks like. That's all.
So
Like,
many
it's-
butts.
Like
So it's just going to be butts. There's a good chance that I might get pictures of butts and Photoshop our faces to be the butts.
There is a scene from
I'm
Babylon
gonna
5.
put that on my wall.
give me a solid.
A scene from Babylon 5 where someone doesn't understand English properly and they're kind of like, but what?
Right. No.
Kick him in the butt. But what?
I said what? In the butt?
But.
You want to do it in the butt? In the butt? In the butt. I said what? In the
Add
butt?
my- solidify. Like just.
I'm going to bring quick attention because I only got to see it on camera now. Can I say how majestic my pointy beard is looking tonight?
On point.
It is literally on point. It's pointy, thus making it on point. I'm like 4 degrees of shaving on either side to such a point that I'm like a Disney villain. That's how pointy I'm going to have the beard by the wedding.
Okay, yours is still coming in. Like I'm that patchy, like fucking hobo.
No, mine's not coming in. I literally shaved all of the sides of it down and everything earlier. Mine has been trimmed.
Okay, but you have an excuse. You trimmed.
Yes.
I've literally not shaved. No. This is like.
I'm not allowed.
Do you remember when I had the Rob Zombie beard?
Which one you're rocking? But it's been that long. But you like.
No, I mean, do you remember the actual Rob Zombie beard that I had
Yeah.
like down to here? I miss
was
that beard so much.
I was told by my boss that I'm not allowed to shave anymore because he keeps messing up with posters and such.
Yeah.
By the way, Buzz, I've not had that conversation with him. He's like, "Cool, send me a pic." Cool. Here. Eh.
Because you
I
normally
was thinking
don't.
about shaving, boss. Good.
It's good to think about, huh?
I'm joking, by the way. I I'll admit the schmig bit could do with a bit of work, but you know how to grow a mustache. That's a good mustache.
I do. 'Cause
I really think if you lost all the rest of it, you got enough mustache. Like you got a good enough mustache that I think it holds gravitas on its own.
Yeah. You could turn into a 1930s villain.
Because I got like a baby chin, but like the villain stash. I don't know where to go with that.
Maybe you just have you seen Kill Bill, more specifically Part 2?
Oh yeah.
Okay, why don't you just keep growing the old schmig thing out and keep growing the mustache out and just be like the guy that taught your one how to fight? Just throw it over your shoulder.
And I can't.
That was my plan when I grew the Rob Zombie beard, but it turns out if I grow a Rob Zombie beard, it grows in so thick that throwing it anywhere is completely not happening.
It's a weapon of mass destruction.
Well, no, but it's like there's no. It grows thick enough that it's like there's no throwing it anywhere. It's just like I can make it point left and I can make it point right.
It just becomes a mass of
just redirected facial hair.
Yeah. See, that's what happens with my beard. I get like a hobo left, hobo right. Like it's just I need like a stick with a fucking bandana. Either way I go.
Yeah. Pure thickness. That's the
Anywho,
tagline
moving
for
on
next
before
week's butt
Giz
episode.
kicks one of us in the testicles because he has this look in his face where he's like, "Shut up and let me talk about Prey, please."
The floor is yours.
The floor is yours.
Stop talking.
Hooray! Unleash the gift.
I'm just gonna turn my microphone off.
So-
The Schneidly whiplash look. Yes, Motley.
Yes, teach us.
So, finally, after 12 years, we get a decent Predator movie. Thank the gods.
12 years.
2010 Predators.
No, because that then
I
makes
used
it.
the word. Hang on. I used the word decent Predator movie after 12 years. It's accurate.
Predators?
Predators is a good movie.
Yeah,
but like,
that's my point.
No shit. Oh wow, I didn't realize it'd been that long.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there was Predators and then there was
The other,
the one.
Predators. Like that was the last good one. I just didn't get
The Predator.
So anyway, when news broke that we were getting a new film, everyone was all excited, and this one is awesome. Set in 1719, the film follows Naru, who is a young Comanche woman who basically is trying to buck the traditional gender roles. Her mornings basically consist of going out with the other women, collecting herbs, collecting roots, and then snaking off to practice her hunting skills, which her tracking is on point. She could do a little arrow work just because, she misses sometimes. But overall, she is very, very good at what she does. So much so that she feels that after seeing a flash of lightning in the sky and something in the clouds, she feels it as a sign, the Thunderbird. She is ready to basically test herself properly the way that all the young fellas do by going up against something capable of hunting her. Now, her brother thinks this might not be the best idea because, this is a dangerous fucking thing, but sure, she's determined. When she finds out that one of the other lads is after being grabbed by a lion, she decides to go along on the hunting trip as all the young fellas go off to try and track down the guy and the lion. The brother agrees to allow her to come along because he cites the fact that A, she is a damn good tracker, and B, if they find their buddy, he could be messed up, she knows medicine, she should come with. They do eventually find the buddy.
I thought it was the brother that came to that himself, no?
She argued, and he's like, dude, she's a good healer. She needs to come with us.
Okay.
He stepped up for her.
Yeah, and he also says to her, look, now you really do have to fucking find the damn thing, because...
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm after putting my neck on the line a little bit.
Right.
And to be fair, she does. She tracks down their buddy and helps make him stable, helps stabilize him. The brother says that he's going to go... What?
Like, even though they're not listening to her, she's like, dude, this way.
Well,
they kind of brushing her off.
Oh no, she gives him the stuff that cools down his blood. They think she's making him worse, and then she explains what's happening, and then they go, bring him.
Yeah,
yeah.
So they
don't argue with medicine lady. She knows what she's talking about.
Basically, most of the lads bring the guy they found along with Naru. They're heading back to the village. The brother Tabe says that he's going to stay out tracking the line. On their way, Naru finds some very strange tracks and a skinned and gutted rattlesnake, and is insistent that there is something out in the woods that is not the lion, and she needs to warn her brother.
Yeah, not just strange tracks. Some would say large and unseen before tracks.
Right.
Well, it's argued, to be fair, the other boys argued that it could just be a very large bear because of the size and the
but even then she's kind of like, bear?
Yeah, she's this, what the frag.
Yeah.
She goes
bear,
off to warn her brother.
Really?
Yeah, she goes off to warn her brother. One of the other lads get tasked with going after her. She meets up with the brother and they lure a trap for the lion. They do encounter the lion that took off their buddy. The trap almost works out. Naru unfortunately gets knocked out as the lion attacks and wakes up back in her tent, where her mother is basically once again giving her the spiel of, look, you're not ready for this stuff. Maybe you should just stick with doing what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, my brother needs me. If your brother needed you, he wouldn't have brought you back here. You're not up for it. The brother later returns with the head of the line, proving himself worthy of being the new war chief of the tribe, because their old war chief, as noted earlier, is after taking an injury to the knee. He got an arrow to the knee, or something, whatever.
Side note, that was what the passing of the staff was.
Yeah, even when he gets it, one of the guys comes up and goes, when he gets it, one of the other young fellas comes up and goes, war chief, congratulations.
I missed that part. Okay, so that's where I was like, I didn't really know if that passing of the staff was a hunter. Oh my god. Or if that was...
this was... He basically, because he had dropped the line that had taken off one of them, he'd proven that he's capable of protecting everyone, that he's able to do the shit that needs to be done. So, war chief. Naru first seems resigned to the fact that she's been stuck doing what everyone tells her she's supposed to be doing, and then decides, screw this for a tough spin, I'm going to do what I want to do. So while all the women go off to gather herbs, she once again goes off because she knows there's something out in the woods that isn't the lion. There's something else out there, and she's determined to find out what it is. And she kind of does, and it's kind of freaking awesome. First, she tries to prove herself a bear against a bear. That does not go the way she would like. And then she runs into something capable of taking on the bear in hand-to-hand freaking combat, and it is awesome! Because over the course of us seeing Naru's story, we are also seeing that the planes have another visitor on them, and it is slowly but surely making its way up the food chain of highly dangerous critters. It's taking on a snake, it's taking on a wolf, it is keeping an eye on the locals, it is looking for anything worth hunting, because that is its modus operandi, and it is fantastic.
But you know what? The fact that they worked their way up, snake, wolf, bear, like that, showed that character.
Yeah. Naru continues to attempt to find out what is out in the forest that's not just a lion. She's convinced there's something else out there. She develops new hunting techniques which kind of go well for her, just new ways of doing things that work out better for her. She also finds signs that her and her people aren't the only ones out on the Great Plains. There's definitely something else out there, and it's not just what she's seen tracks of so far. Like I said, she soon encounters the big beastie when she runs into the bear. She is also tracked down by a bunch of lads who were sent out by her brother to bring her back, because her brother woke up, realized she gone missing despite the fact that he said you're not up for it. Shit, that means a bad thing. The lads attempt to bring Naru back. Unfortunately, basically, Naru has now been tagged by something big and mean and insisting that, hey, that's my prey, and ooh, you look like fun prey as well. And we get a fantastic fight scene between a bunch of Comanche young fellas and a predator, and it's fucking awesome! Absolutely awesome! And once again, we see Naru making her escape and attempting to evade the predator, learning more things about it, using what she knows about the area to her advantage, until eventually she gets trapped by a freaking bear or a fucking wolf trap, like a fucking bear trap like thingy, which the predator decides, you know what?
Not a fair fight.
Yeah, this isn't. Nope, it doesn't work when you're already.
Well, basically, he's like, you are not a threat. Moving on with my day.
Essentially, yeah. And then it turns out there's something else in the area that is a threat. French fucking trappers.
Oh, those French.
Now, here's the thing. I managed to get my hands on subtitles for the French parts, and while you do see from body language that they're ticked off about stuff, it turns out they know that goes around, and actually...
Well, that's articulated even without the subtitles.
Yeah, I know, but like even from the very first thing they say is she might know about the demon.
Yeah,
and it ties into...
It may turn out that the Frenchmen are specifically there looking for this fucker.
No, I think what happened was when she was going up against the lion, she was distracted by flashes of red in the trees. I think the pred landed on the trappers then, and since then they've been looking for it. And instead, what they found was Naru, and they reckon that the way she was, the guy actually says the way she was running, she definitely knows about it. She was running away from it.
Yeah,
and that's why they kind of bring her along.
Yeah, I'll give you that one actually. Yeah.
But so they bring in a translator, and this translator explains.
I won't lie to you. It was just what they said to her made me think that they had more knowledge of him than just that, because they were literally like, he seems to go looking for things he deems worthy to.
They think it's a hunter. Yeah, I think that was the first encounter that they had, the flashing lights, just because they would have all been armed to the teeth, and there would have been some of them that weren't. So if he went along and whacked some of the guys that were armed to the teeth and left some of the other lads, it's an easy deduction to say that he's only going for, things that are a threat.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there was a bit more. They seem to be relatively. We'll leave that. I can't be asking into that argument, but
we can definitely say that they had a run-in with him, and they're trying to find this damn thing, because he refers to the French trapper, the big guy, refers to it as a demon. So they know something's out there. They're convinced that the Comanche that Naru has after seen it. They want her help, and she's like, "Well, frack yourself. You don't know what's out there. Help me." And then it turns out that the brother that went looking for her also got grabbed. So we have a fantastic scene whereby if they don't want to cooperate, then we just use them as bait.
If you don't want to cooperate, you will be bait.
Which is not going to work the way that they think they do, because bait one of these guys, you're going to need something a little bit better than two people.
I also found it funny that when they went, he seems to be only interested in trying to find a worthy fight or whatever to your one, and then they're like, we're going to tie you there as bait, and it was kind of like, I think you should already have explained. Did you not just explain to that woman why that plan will not work?
Right.
It's also the possibility that because he was after them once, perhaps he'll come back after them again.
Right. Like, that's where I took that. Like, you're after gives. So if I stake him to a tree, I'll get me a fucking hunt.
I don't know.
Like, I get it. Like, I see both sides of that whole where like I see where they were failing in that ideology, but I also see the whole like if you
any other
ones.
any other kind of dangerous prey, it would work.
I would have,
Right.
personally, I would have been like, I'm going to handcuff those two together, and I'm going to send them running, and we're going to stay X amount back, and we're going to track them.
Yeah.
Okay, but like you think about it though, they set up a stage
Ambush.
Hey, yeah, right. They put them to a tree. We're gonna stay X back.
Yeah.
And we're gonna win.
Put them
So,
to the tree, tied by their hands, rendering them completely.
Right.
Yeah, they're
not
non-threatening.
threatening.
Tied to a tree.
And that kind of like minimalist mentality that would have worked in so many scenarios.
Yeah, but not with the thing.
It didn't.
No,
No.
but that's just it. Like they were
It-
going against something that they didn't realize they were going
Yeah.
against.
Which
So
is
the-
why this particular
Itch.
ambush goes spectacularly badly, and I'm using that word. I mean,
Right.
it is spectacular.
Oh
it's
my God.
fantastic.
So
Oh
bad.
my God.
So
I've never seen a
so
plan
much fun.
backfire on someone as badly as that plan did.
It
Oh, no.
was so
They're-
awesome.
And once again, there's a lot of stuff over the course of this movie that I feel is left up to the viewer in regards, if you've seen other Predator movies, why this guy is armed the way he is. Myself and Carter were discussing it earlier. We think that personally this might be this dude's first time on the world, but he was expecting the Comanche and maybe he wasn't expecting the lads with the muskets, because his weaponry is, while Predator weaponry, it's almost parallel to what the Comanche have. Spear, shield, kind of instead of bow and arrow, he has like the sci-fi crossbow gun. These lads have muskets, so you have this fantastic scene where 3 or 4 of them fire, hit the shield, they're looking at him, he's looking at them, they're like, reload the musket. You can almost tell the Predator's like, seriously?
Because me reloading that musket takes 3 minutes. It takes 2 minutes for you to close the distance and fuck me up.
Far less.
Far
And-
less.
and
He's
what's
got
worse is-
laser point guided
Oh.
fucking.
I'm just
But
trying
what's
to
worse is, the camera cuts away and you actually hear the shots going off. So I'm thinking he actually stood there and went, all right, go ahead.
Oh, he
do it."
literally waited. Sure, he took a shot in the back of the head from your one, and it literally just
Right, he
pissed him
took-
off.
He took a shot in the front of the head from one of the Frenchmen and it bounced back and caught the
No,
Frenchman.
I'm talking
in the
about
head.
when
That was brilliant.
I'm talking about when your one shot him with no
Oh,
helmet
yeah.
in the back of the head, and it just fucked him off.
I think the angle was Naru and her brother managed to get away from that situation, and
Why did I hear you
I don't
say
wanna
that,
go-
that the Frenchmen look like dumb savages? Because the Frenchmen look like dumb savages.
Okay, but
they're fur trappers.
Yeah.
eggs, like you
It's
have to,
1700s.
Yeah.
like they were there.
And what's funny is the French are actually calling the Comanche savages the whole time.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene later on where Naru is using one of the Frenchmen as bait, the way that the Frenchman attempted to use herself and her brother. And once again, because I had subtitles, I could see him calling her an idiot savage. And you will understand because of what he was attempting to do. So once again, the body language tells, you stupid girl, you're after doing this, now you're going to get messed up. And the word, the translation can carry it out. But I don't want to talk too much about the story because it is out recently.
Yeah.
But needless to say, this film does a fantastic job of not only bringing it back to the basics of Predator, but exploring its own story with Naru going against gender roles, with the fact that it is stuck so well to. There's actually one of the production crew is Jane Myers, and she's known for being very good when it comes to being on work that's accurate portrayals, historically accurate portrayals. The original script didn't actually have horses in it, and then she went took a look at the script and went, we can't have Comanche without horses. That was an intricate part of her culture, which is how we had that really cool fight scene where Tabe has the horses in the French camp.
So good.
Okay.
So all of that only came into the script after Myers took a look at the script and kind of went, you need to put, for the most part, like they had the right kind of people on to make sure that this went as accurately as possible. They even, the land that they were working on, hang on a second, because I had it a while ago, it's land belonging to, I had it. It is like it's tribal land. We say it's belonging to a First Nation, the First Nations. So usually when they're doing things like that, they have a certain cedar ceremony, because so many of the cast and crew were actually of the First Nations, instead they had a big, massive pipe ceremony before the filming took place, whereby most of the cast and crew were down there, including the director and all the rest of them. So it just goes to show that they put in the time and effort, and it's reflected in the fact that there's two versions of the film. The two versions that were filmed, one in English and one in Comanche. So all the scenes were done. I think all the scenes were done close, but maybe it was just dubbed over. But that shines through. That kind of attention to detail comes through, whereby you could have this movie that is this big sci-fi alien monster, but the reason it works isn't because it has the big sci-fi alien monster. We've seen that not work in the last movie. It's because we've presented a story that is gripping from the way that it's done. It is the traditional kind of story in that it's nice and simple without being idiotic. You have this girl that doesn't want to be seen as being a girl's girl. She is ready, willing, and able to be just as good as any of the lads doing hunting work, you know. And we have a situation whereby, once again, the test of testing a human against something that's capable of hunting an animal with reason.
One of the cool things as well was that, like, she figures out some things about the Predator that other people haven't figured out in the movies. To be honest, you know, Arnie kind of figured it out to a certain degree. Do you know what I mean? But like, this lady literally was like, okay, so if
and
you're
it's
cold, he can't see you.
And it's commented on by her brother later on when he even says, "You've always seen things that I don't see."
Right. Okay.
You know, and it's the. But
I was just gonna point out, like, Kegs is like, so, really, this movie has one of the worst reps by proxy, and I don't feel like it's a bad Frenchman.
Oh, Frenchman. Okay.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like you have to take into account. This is a film where an alien of a higher technology just dropped. I feel like the Frenchmen did their due diligence of I think I understand it. I'm gonna try to trap it. Like, I
was impressed by the fact that they like weren't freaked out of it. They were freaked out, but they weren't overly freaked out. They're kind of like, what?
They were professionally freaked out,
as
in, okay, this is not. Basically, what I picked up,
drew a battle plan. Still kind of deal with it. So it's not like hey, let's piss on the Frenchmen. They drew a battle line. They figured it out. Like, they were going to do this. Unfortunately, it just did not work in their favor.
No.
So this was not like piss on the Frenchmen.
It was an impressive plan for what
they made. The major crucial mistake, I think, that they made was that like Kags was saying, they hadn't really figured out the guy and stuff, and it was they didn't have faith in what they'd figured out, because they actually had figured out the guy's MO and then kind of structurally with their plan went against what they knew. Also, in relation to, they're not made out to be a bunch of idiots or anything like that. It's basically the Predator is down hunting the Comanche, or you kind of get the impression he's working his way up on the planet. Yeah, he's on a hunting trip, basically. It's obviously like he's first, you need to come back with skulls to show us what you killed, kind of thing. But what came back to bite the French people in the ass in the movie, and I think it was something not like specifically to the French, but something, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what culture you put in. It was this was a very tracker, hunter, high level skilled fight game that was going on, and the French were a part of in the revolution of industry or of science, where they were all using guns and muskets and stuff now, and they had become a lot more reliant on shoot the fucking thing than actually find a way to structurally go and attack it. And that's not something that's effective towards the French or anyone. I think if you had a Spanish Armada, a bunch of guys showing up with guns, anybody would have been the same thing. They had guns, they worked really well against humans, but if you are dealing with something that can take a couple of those pellets in, you're going to have a fucking problem. Because
also, I think
reload time.
I think where the film is set for historical accuracy, that's the reason that it was French trappers. If it was set somewhere else, perhaps it could have been some, British trappers.
By his further comments here, I don't think it had anything to do with the French thing that he was talking about.
Well, no, he said because the trailers and such weren't making me confident about
honestly, Hikagi, the trailer made me extremely confident about the film, because
the fact that this is like the fact that this is a female-led movie isn't something that they drive home and force down your fucking throat and be like, oh, look at me, I'm so much better than the boys or anything. It's the girl has gone out of her fucking way training like a fucking nutcase to become a better hunter, and she has this weird set of skills anyway, and it's not
She's
something
got an
that's
extremely
just
observant mind.
she doesn't have this like she doesn't get this like superhero ability that other people do. It's you see her learning things as she goes out hunting for the beast, like multiple things. Like she attaches a rope to her hatchet. She starts developing all these different skills.
And to be fair, that's not because of hunting the predator. That's because she's sick and not like having
Yeah,
to
but
run over and grab
that's
her
what I'm
hatchet when
saying.
she's trying to get-
As she's out,
when she's trying to get rabbit.
As she's out hunting the predator, she develops lots of additional skills that she didn't have there before, or more so fine-tuned other skills that were there before. I'm not saying it was literally because of running into the predator, but while out on the hunting trip, this is where all these skills got solidified.
And personally, because we talked about this before the show, this is not a political issue.
Nope.
Like, yeah, I feel like because like I get where you're coming from, okay? Don't get me wrong. I read a lot of the can she actually do this? Like, they really wrote a character that was like smaller than, weaker than, and used her skill set against the predator. Like it was oh my god, it was so well written.
This wasn't a girl power push.
No, by
Here's the thing.
any means, she just happened to have the power.
Now, that being said, and I was telling this a while ago, in the last, let's say, couple of years, there's been a lot of stories brought out that do go more towards female-driven characters, whether it be female predators or female humans going up against the predators. So when it comes to the future of the franchise, I wouldn't be surprised if, I'm hoping we get more period set pieces whereby we get to see predators in time or whatever. There's so many different opportunities. But secondly, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we get another movie whereby it is a female lead, whether it be female human or female predator. There was one of the stories made mention of the fact that there could be a sister for Arnold's, for the Dutch character. There could be a sister. We could see that brought in whereby she's trying to figure out what happened to her brother, runs afoul of a female predator. There's lots of ways that, thanks to the way that this film was done, they can go with the future franchise.
Even the way that she goes about defeating the predator, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of it because it's freaking epic, but it's not a case of her suddenly being able to just smash a predator around the place or anything. It's she literally outsmarts the predator. She finds a way to remove some of his abilities to be as good as he is, and
like with Dutch in the first film, it's not a case of Dutch being, it's not a case of the Arnold Schwarzenegger guy being big and strong enough to do it. No, what won the day was the fact that he knew how to fucking set up traps. He knew how to be a hunter. He thought about what he was doing.
Dutch saw something and thankfully put two and two together and went, okay. Now I know how you're fucking tracking everyone down, you fucking asshole. Okay, let's see how you can fucking do when you can't see me.
What's important in this film is the fact that, like in life, the most deadly weapon we have is our mind. Naru, her mind is so sharp that she just observes stuff, lays the situation, works things to her advantage, and tries to take away the predator's advantage as much as she can.
Yeah,
and I get what he's saying. Like, I'm not saying she didn't just. It's just that my feeling about the trailer, let alone it was a Disney product pushing girl power. Like, I totally get what you're saying, Kix. The trailer is somewhat misleading because, like, she's just that much of a good character. The trailer, in one of those few moments, did what a trailer was supposed to do. Gave you what the movie is about, but did not give the movie. But also Disney with its girl power. This is not a girl power movie. Like, this is the skill set you have. And she used her skill set to not get killed by a predator. Like, this is a awesome predator-based fucking movie. Like, I'm hoping they use this.
And the one thing is,
there is her going against the gender norms, but apart from that.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, this isn't like.
Apart from that, it's
like, yeah, right. It's her having her ability. They're not forcing a female character to do shit. This is like this was so well
This is who she
written.
is.
Yeah, right.
You're going to say something, Buzz.
Yeah, well, I was trying to. Also, the Disney aspect, I think, is a non-factor, at least right now.
Yeah.
Because they just recently, like not even within the last year, acquired 20th Century Fox.
No.
This movie,
No.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead.
They've had 20th Century Fox since the 2018 fiasco. That's why it went the way that it did. They had a plan to try and bring Predator to be more acceptable for younger audiences, which is why the 2018 film went the way that it did. This film, if you look at it, there was talk at times of like fucking an animated series and shit like that, and then that all bombed. And they were looking at segueing things towards a younger audience. This film manages to do that without detracting anything from the legacy or the franchise, which that 2018 thing
Disney had nothing to do with the 2018 movie. Just to clarify.
Alright, fair enough. Never mind anything that I just fucking said.
Well, I'm just looking here, Singular Production Company, 20th Century Fox.
And was that not after being bought pretty much while that film was being made? Because there was a lot of stuff that they put the kibosh on as soon as they went in and bought up 20th Century Fox. They started rejigging around it.
But if they bought it after the fact, that would have been in process there also, wouldn't it?
It still means they'd have the rights to it afterwards, because when it comes out, it's under their umbrella.
2019 is when they bought it.
Alright.
I will say, like, I had zero hopes for Prey. Like, I dig Predator. I've loved the franchise.
I did Predator. I've done the Predator, and you know.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. I've almost dug the fan service more than the franchise. So I was kind of like, oh, so this is going straight to Hulu? Okay, that's gonna be a shit show.
I don't know. Hulu's been getting some of those Hulu movies have been turning out pretty good recently.
No, like I dig Hulu movies, like they're awesome. But then we're getting into like a franchise. I'm like, oh god, please.
I think that I think like during the lockdown, people really, a lot of production companies are now like, unless you have fucking big huge actors that need fucking money, I think they've all realized they're like, well, we can kind of skip the cinematic middleman here and just keep all the money circulating around our channel.
I'm not gonna lie, like now that I have like seen Predator on Hulu and I'm like, oh my god, give me more. I'm like begging for them to give me more Predator. I did not want to sign off for this, but I'm all like, oh my god, Hellraiser? Hulu? Oh my god. Like, and I don't know if this is gonna bite me in the ass. But like Predator, Prey, like fucking Hulu killed it. Like that was some awesome shit.
Hulu didn't make it, right? You know, like, I'm correct in saying that. Hulu just put the movie on their channel.
Yeah, but like, I was kind of surprised. I get like Netflix and Hulu, they're now spending more money to try to get like entertainment. Right?
Fucking Netflix isn't doing it anymore. I'll tell you that's true.
Well, with Disney owning Hulu, it's all
Netflix currently trying to charge more money for what they have.
So's Disney actually.
If they're putting
what ads. And so I'm like, okay, so like straight to video, because like if you think about it, straight to streaming is that whole straight to fucking DVD. Like
if they're putting it out as a Hulu original movie, among the production companies is 20th Century Studios, does that mean that
is it out as a Hulu original movie?
It says a Hulu original when it comes up, yeah.
Can you
But in the long run, it's still all the same.
Yeah,
Right.
I can just literally give me 2 seconds and I can just clarify. Just 1 minute.
And
See, this is even.
Uno
I
momento.
was going to say this is
Okay.
kind of why
Production
why some people were
companies-
picking up on it.
Production companies, distribution companies are. No, it's 20th Century Fox, and then kind of like say the director's personal company. Hulu are distribution only, according to Wikipedia. United
But
States specific,
the-
but it might be Hulu original, as in that might be something they get to put on the fucking label because it's like, okay, well, we paid and essentially put
Well,
money into the production for it to come on our channel.
But that's the kind of like direct-to-video we are now in streaming. That
Yeah,
they-
I don't think streaming is anymore really. Can you view it as direct to video?
Especially with the pandemic, the way
Yeah.
things by necessity had
Yeah,
to go to
yeah.
direct to streaming, and seeing how beneficial that is, I wouldn't say that's the death nail to a movie if it goes strictly to. Because you look at last year, even though it did hit theaters, Halloween Kills also went to Peacock
Straight away.
Right.
straight away. So it's just
I feel like that's kind of like what streaming is now with the old direct-to-video kind of thing.
Well,
Because we don't really have direct-to-video anymore.
I mean, yeah, it's
Well, we
the
don't.
modern day version of direct to video.
No, but what I'm saying is, I
but
don't think it is
wouldn't-
though, because these things are such kind of powerhouses now in their own right that, like, I mean, I think what a lot of movies are going to do is they're going to do a 2-week release in the cinema followed by streaming release, because I think they're going to get it into their head that they're like, you know what, if people aren't gone out within the first 2 weeks of the movie to see it, they're probably not going to be arsed.
Okay, but like you still see like a lot of streaming services spending a shit ton of money. You look at like Netflix on the Ryan Reynolds Six Underground, Hulu Prey. Like they're trying to get people to come to my house.
Yeah, they're trying to get them to
difference-
skip the middleman, where it's like you
Yeah.
know you don't even bother with the cinema. We just do it. I mean, look
But
what
there's
they
also-
did with that movie with The Rock. I mean, essentially that movie with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds.
Red Notice.
Red Notice, yeah. Essentially, that movie was, okay, we're going to give you money to make a really cool movie, admittedly, but we're also going to let you make that movie into one big, huge advertisement for your fucking tequila company and for your gin.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So,
I did watch it.
So, do you remember when they catch Ryan Reynolds and there's the big epic scene and he's sitting there and he's drinking a glass of whatever? That's literally Aviator gin that he's drinking. And there's a big, long shot on Aviator gin, and it happens in a bad thing. And then later on, when The Rock, the kind of the tides get flipped on him, and he's sitting at the bar, and he finds out he's literally sitting down drinking his whatever brand of tequila.
Right.
Yeah, with another epic shot of the bottle, right full blast and shot, and then it draws up to The Rock.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, I
so-
thought it was fucking bad because he did a video with Tech Nine called "Masked Off." And he did like a fucking 2-second split, and then also it was like blah 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 tequila. I was like, wow, that's fucking advertising. All right. I've never seen
that man,
real tequila.
how he hasn't got a fucking tequila tattoo across his fucking big old rock chest already. You know, like it's at a stage where I can see these guys literally starting to just tattoo brand themselves. Do you know, because it's like the likelihood is I'm going to end up with my top off at some stage during this movie.
Oh wow.
You know, so we might as well get the old fucking Aviator gin tattoo going on. You know.
And also with some of the direct to streaming things, like for one of the examples is with this too, is like with Marvel, they will have it in for maybe like a month or so, a month and a half, and then it hits Disney Plus.
Right.
But Marvel owns Disney, so they're not, and that's the same thing with this. Disney owns Hulu, so they're all still the same, entity. They're not really.
Anyway, we're gonna. Oh, sorry. No, you keep going. Sorry, you're the one who's got to talk absolutely nothing about the movie so far. So I feel bad that I cut in there. So continue. I said continue.
It was, well, for one thing, it had nothing to do about the movie. So.
Oh, then stop.
It was, yeah.
That was the joke. No, continue. I was joking.
No. I don't even remember what I was saying anymore. Go ahead and go to trailer.
Terramana Tequila? Terramana Tequila, is that his name? Is that the name of it? What the I know?
I honestly, I don't remember what his tequila is. I know Aviator Gin. It's weird, but that's stapled into my fucking brain.
That's because Ryan Reynolds is so much better at branding the thing than fucking The Rock.
I don't want to say it, but yes.
Ryan Reynolds, he slides it in there, subtle. Do you know what I mean? With The Rock, you're kind of like, oh, look, it's you, and you're talking about your tequila company again. Ryan Reynolds is just kind of like,
right.
Wait, did I asked him about the movie, but I feel like all we did was talk about gin.
The movie, he asked about your day, and all of a sudden you have Aviator Gin in your hand.
Yeah, you're wearing an Aviator Gin t-shirt. You turn around, your director's standing there with an Aviator Gin t-shirt and Aviator Gin branded clapperboard.
Cut!
It's like when you go on Reddit, it's like you start talking to him and then blink, and then you unblink and the interview's over and you just have a load of Aviator Gin branded.
Right. But The Rock, I feel like it's a weird, aggressive kind of tequila. I don't know what I'm holding. Is this the right? I don't know.
I'm going to drink it, but it's because I'm scared and not because I want to drink it.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, we are going to hit the trailer for Prey because I know it's Disney Plus and it's risky, but the movie fucking deserves it. Not that I have an issue with Buzz's fucking reenactments of movie trailers; they are fantastic. But I just feel the Prey deserves a no looky loo. So we'll be back in a moment. Let me just have this window open here for when they, definitely stop this trailer happening. But anyway, we'll catch you in a moment. Bye.
Why do you want to hunt? Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready. Muy nita. There's something out there. I'm coming with you.
You can't.
I'm trying to protect you.
Protect me from what? It's time.
It knows how to hunt. I know how to survive. Whatever did this, I can kill it.
And we're back. That was the trailer for. Oh my God, Disney Plus didn't. Or I bet you it'll be tomorrow. It'll be like, hey, don't. We let you play to your life.
I'm trying to get it over to Spotify. They'll be like, we
good things. We said good things about your film.
Right. Hey, Disney.
We like your film. Really, really like it.
Oh my God, thank you. Feed my fucking eyeballs more of that shit.
Actually, yes, please do. Now, like I was saying to the lads, it's a good chance that we probably will be getting a lot more. Firstly, this film, according to 20th Century Studios, Prey was the most watched premiere across all films and television series on Hulu in the US, as well as the most watched film premiere on Star in international markets and on Star Plus in Latin America. In June 2022, Trachtenberg, the director, stated that there are discussions for additional installments to be developed after the release of Prey, saying their intent was to do things that have not been done before in the franchise. Like I said, personally, I'd like to see more period pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more female-driven characters, which I'm cool with. Here's an interesting thought, but
my thing would be, hopefully they don't make a sequel to this particular story.
I want a
because as much as it was good,
well, if they made a sequel to this particular one, it would kind of nearly go against the Predators.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, but you
like in her lifespan, had she seen 2 Predators, that would have been kind of fucked up.
There's actually the end credits show drawings of all the events in the film, and they continue on to show Naru with the head, and then it cuts to clouds and you see lightning and more Predator ships arrive. Now the reason this is important is the pistol that she has, that she got from the translator, that's Raphael whatever, 1715. That's the pistol that the Elder Predator gives to Danny Glover's character in Predator 2.
Oh yeah.
Which raises the question, and the very important question, how exactly. So we could theoretically get a sequel to this story and have it make sense and fill in that gap. I could in my research end up finding a written story down the line that bridges that gap. We could hopefully get other Predator movies that, like Buzz says, have nothing to do with this whatsoever. Perhaps are in other time periods. I think we will get at least one other female-driven Predator movie. I would like to see a female Predator in a movie because they're bigger than the men.
Right.
But at the end of the day, though, this film, unlike the last one, fills me with hope for a franchise that I have fucking loved since I was a kid. My favorite film, and this is fantastic.
You know what? We're going to no. You know what? We're going to move on to the thing where we give adjudications of points. That know what you said before my what just after the one that I said, I was like, that sounds like there's a big long conversation behind that. That's why I was like, nope, we're doing.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we could get Predator in the Marvel MCU as well.
Not what I was going to say.
Okay, that definitely. Okay, look, that's it. Don't even bring that conversation up right now. I'm trying to round off the show. Okay, here we go. All right.
That's a clock.
Can I get ratings for Predator?
I'm doing Sean Spears.
8.
Perfect 10.
Because I only see.
I'm actually also going to give it a 10.
I'm giving it a fucking awesome fucking 9.
10.
Yeah, I'm genuinely giving it a 10. Like, it was, all of the fight sequences are really good. There's never this, you never feel like the girls just got this inexplicable advantage against everyone.
Right.
Like, everything she does, there's an uphill struggle for her to get to the point that she gets to. And it's really well done. It's shot
everything for herself
beautifully. The fight sequences are done really well.
The music is fantastic.
The music that accompanies it is fucking amazing. Fucking stop. Let me do my thing. Okay, thanks. Please. The way they edit the fight sequences together is not this like WWE quick shots. I don't know what's going on. Everything's given like a nice little amount of time to breathe, but then when it gets into the action, it gets real fast paced. Somehow, even though there is a lot of a girl just going through the woods, doing a bit of hunting and learning skills, it never feels boring. There's just this beautiful flow to the movie from start to finish. It's color graded, absolutely fucking like as close to having it look like the 80s movie in modern day time without just like whacking an 80s filter on it. You know, there's this kind of nice blue green tone that really complements the fact that they're stuck out in the woods the whole time. I hope you're listening to what I'm saying, The Most Dangerous Game 2022. There's a reason that I'm talking about this. You know, like
they played it out short.
Yeah, well, no, they color graded it so it's still dark and it's still blue and it's still got that horror film vibe and it's moody, but because of the kind of scenery and just general background that they're in for most of the time, it complements the landscape that they're running around in, opposed to just desaturating in a load of plants to a fucking mid-grey. Like, yet again, I hope you're listening to what I'm saying. The Most Dangerous Game 2022. But yeah, no, it's just fantastically put together. Like, I don't have a fucking single issue with the way it's edited. Like, everything, like every fucking frame of film has a purpose. There's no dead air. There's nothing. Everything is bringing you to another point. Even certain things that happen in the movie, there's a Chekhov's gun where it's just like, okay, that definitely, okay. okay, because I was like, okay, that's probably done because we technically got the action happening there and then. But then when it came back, I was like, oh, you sexy bastards! Oh, you sexy bastards! I love the fact that you sexy bastards! Good times. No, everything, literally everything in the fucking movie is impeccably done, start to finish. 10.
Yeah, for me, like the story was compelling. It was a great story. The lead in this film was amazing.
Amber,
she
killed it. Yeah,
she knocked it out of the park. The fucking, the fight scenes were phenomenal. They were shot amazing, like the hand-to-hand fight stuff, and like the scenes with the Predator going up against the animals. Amazing. The scenery, just like this was a movie that I feel like is kind of a bit of a disappointment that it wasn't in theaters.
If it's not as good as the original Predator Wampa, it's definitely minimally below it.
Predator.
And you know what?
It doesn't need to be as good.
Do you know what? I don't want to say it's as good just because original Predator is OG and it's fucking amazing. But man, I'd be happy to put this on once or twice a year as much as I'd be happy to put on the original Predator.
I put it as a close second.
Hands down. Overall rating is 9.75 from the GoreCast, which feel free to round it up to 10 if you want. I don't mind because it's fucking absolutely epically well done.
I definitely put it as a close second, right behind the first film.
No,
and that's after one viewing. Yeah. Like, I mean, if I watched it a few more times,
there's just so much going on. It's beautifully shot. It's beautifully well done.
The Predator looks amazing in the
Predator
film.
Looks badass, and especially there's a reveal where you get to see his face. I won't say how these things come about, but fucking hell is he fucked ugly. Like, you've heard of people like, oh, you're fucked ugly to the Predator during the movie, but this guy was like, fucking hell, dude, you look like someone took Predator's claw face and stuck it on a piranha. What's up with your fucking goddamn mush?
The French guy is actually, one of the French guys screams at a motherfucker at one point. It's going like, I like this stuff at it.
If you like Predator Wampa, you're gonna fucking love this. It's fucking
Predator's
so
my
goddamn
favorite
good.
film of all time. This is right up there with it.
Who keeps removing your messages, Carter? Are you deleting them? Okay, right. Okay, that's fine.
I'm like, and then I'm like drunkenly fat.
He's drunk.
Oh, okay, cool. I was because it happened a couple of times up, and I was like, what the fuck is he saying that's getting removed that fast?
But like, I go to like I-D. Oh, that's an inner. My bad.
I've been there.
You know the kind of the musical score for Predator. If you listen to that, there's a version of that. It's actually that Sarah Schachner, the person who did the soundtrack, she basically uses a lot of violin, cellos and stuff, and brings fantastic atmosphere, especially to the fights. These like sharp cello sounds that really make it sound visceral. But there's a piece of music, and it was only when it came up there, that credits where I was saying that the kind of the paintings of the story came up, and I realized that it was a variation of the Predator intro music, and I was just like, oh my god, that's brilliant! Everything touches all the right notes for anyone that is a fan of the original movie and a fan of the other stuff that's come out since. Because
except for the 2018 movie, just to clarify.
That never happened.
No, it unfortunately did. It definitely did.
That's a dead hooker.
It unfortunately definitely happened. Yeah, it's like a dead hooker, where it's kind of like, I'd like to pretend it didn't happen. It definitely happened.
Like once she's in the trunk, we don't count it. It just.
This is why the gods created napalm. Give me the evidence.
Hey, dude.
Okay, do you not think napalm is a bit? Is that not a bit of a fucking... Why are we talking about this on here? Moving on. Anyway, as per usual, at the end of the show, we tend to try and end on a more lighthearted note, because most of the time, we're really angry about movies.
Not this time, though.
Not this time, because we had a really good time with the movies. Even the ones we didn't like, except for The Most Dangerous Game. You understand what I'm talking about. Desaturated Casper Van Dien.
I do understand, German.
Yes, I do understand what you're talking about. Yeah. That's not even... I can do a proper German accent if I...
I just feel like Carter sold that in the aspect there of The Most Dangerous.
Oh, alles klar, Dieter, das ist fucking ziemlich sehr gut, sehr. Ja.
I don't know what. Why does it sound like he's propositioning somebody?
I won't lie to you, I kind of did German porno guy voice. I did essentially say, hey Dieter, how I'm speaking is kind of only okay. In German.
I thought you were inviting someone into your car for a good time.
No, I literally... oh, Dieter, ich spreche uns only ziemlich sehr gut. That is literally like, hey, Dieter, I'm only kind of talking okay.
I picked up the hey, Dieter, and what I thought was good, and clearly
unfortunately, the way I get into German voice, like, full-blown, I just, oh, Dieter, yeah. Oh, alles klar. If I say any of those two things, it gets me into German voice, but unfortunately, the tone has been set by the time those go. But anyway, my German accent aside, customarily we end the show, and so customarily that we're going to do it now. We end the show with stupid things from the internet that Buzz has decided to find for me to read out, because one day some guy's mom arrived in her chat and went, I could literally listen to this guy read a phone book, and it turned into a section. A more comedically infused section, obviously, than me just reading a phone book. Although, if any of you guys fancy me reading a phone book at the end of the show, we can just, I can download a phone book, we can just start horsing through names. Or I can just go into my phone book and start reading a book. That might be a Patreon perk, who knows. Anyway, review for Sprinkler. Oh, by the way, it's yet again another round of stupidest Amazon or funniest Amazon reviews. Review for a Sprinkler. 5 stars. Reviewed in the United States. 5 stars. I love it. It goes all over the lawn. 201 people found this useful.
Sounds about right.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, it's more lube. Okay. Amazon customer. 5 stars. Good lube. 2... Whatever that is. What is that? What would you call that? A-OK? Is that what it is? Anyways. It's lube. Not much more to say. Sometimes I like covering my body in it and pretend to be a slug while sliding around in my bathroom floor. I was going to add floor in there and then I realized it wasn't there. Well, hey dude, whatever makes you happy. 5 stars though, you know what I mean? I'm sure they appreciate the good time review there. Oh, we got a large one. Okay, Amazon customer. 5 stars, recommended by the world's worst mom. Oh God. Okay.
This is for a dress.
Size extra large, color red. I bought this for a generally ungrateful and entitled 21-year-old daughter. She wears about a 12 usually, and I ordered an XL. It fit and looked great on her, and if she had refrained from her moodiness, it would have had an even better effect. When I listened to her list my myriad of faults, this cute dress gave me some distraction to try to tune her out. It cost me the same as a pack of birth control pills in 1997, which may have been a more prudent investment.
Oh, I don't know what to do with that. All right.
Good review.
Good review, 5 stars. It's basically 5 stars.
Everybody
Product is good. My daughter's an asshat. It's basically what the...
Yeah, pretty much.
Get Hulu.
Yes. Get the bundle, because then you can get Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus all together at $14. That's not bad.
I'm so glad that this is the next review, because I believe in this as well. Candles are for men too. God damn it.
No.
5 stars. Why do they say for her? Color sandalwood. I'm a dude. I think a pretty classic manly one too. I carry a knife. I don't wear skinny anything. I own road flares and paper maps. And guess what? I dig a good candle in the wintry north. I don't get why candles are almost exclusively marketed to women. What do you mean Valentine's Day gift for her? This was a gift for me, to me, and me. Is he? And he has a hairy chest upon which many a beer have been spilt. Seriously, when it's freezing cold and the sun is hibernating, there's nothing like a good warm glow that eliminates my natural odor of fart and balls.
Really?
The candles are even burning very long lasting and have a pleasant but not too faux smell. I'll take it.
It's the faux.
You raised some valid points.
Does he?
5 You're very welcome, Wampa. 5 stars. I would assume numerous thousands of people found this useful. Mostly men.
Yeah, I mean,
I won't lie to you, if it wasn't a review from 2018, I'd probably give it an up vote right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I like the Kindle for her. It's just
Carter's anti-candle.
Graphing calculator. Is this a review?
There's a
There's a question. Graphing calculator. What does it smell like? It smells like the tears of an English major trying to complete a math class. That seems fair.
Don't lie, right?
Not really a
seems
review,
fair.
but it popped up, so I was like,
4 stars. It's a trap. Size 7 foot, color brown. Reviewed in the United States.
Oh.
Not only does this beanbag completely consume you and keep you stuck in a comfortable bliss all day, but there was another consequence we encountered. This beanbag traps farts. My husband sits here farting for hours, and the farts are absorbed into the beanbag, and you don't smell them again until you later sit down and the beanbag and the fumes are released. Pros, super comfortable. Cons, super comfortable, traps farts. Did I read that? Was that from last week?
Like, I don't know.
No, that was this week.
Yeah. I don't know what beanbag you're sitting in. Like,
She's kind of not wrong.
No, I mean, like,
No. I've sat in a beanbag and have one come back to bite me in the ass later on, pardon the pun.
But I've yet to have previous sitters come back to bite me in the ass.
That's because you're the one sitting in the fucking beanbag.
Right now.
Yeah, no. Here, okay. I'm gonna need you to shut all the way up for a moment and hear me out about this logic, right? If the beanbag can trap your farts that then come back and bite you in the ass later on when you sit in the beanbag, then it also has the ability to trap other people's farts.
But that's my point. Had I sat in the beanbag behind Johnny, who previously farted in said beanbag, I have never noticed the trappage thereof previous sitters.
But then you may need to go to a doctor. I think you might have sinusitis.
Really? Okay. Alright, cool.
Speaking of sinusitis, just saw this today on a teeth whitening system. 5 stars, verified purchase. It works. My teeth are so white they've started taking other people's land.
That's so fucking wrong. That's awesome.
Hey! It's good.
That's so awesome. I mean, not like it's not, but it's so awesome.
That's funny.
It is.
It's okay to laugh at bad stuff.
Is it? Like, I don't know. Like, I go to laugh and I'm like, oh, is Johnny gonna be mad at me for laughing? I don't. Because, like, I laugh at stuff and he's like, ooh, I don't know.
No, I think that's suitably okay. I read it out loud on chat, so it's probably a good chance that I'm okay with it.
Oh, okay. Fucking awesome.
I'm so okay with it, I'm clipping that. That's clipped. Because that's fucking hilarious, that one.
It's not
wrong.
I mean,
look,
politically
it's wrong, but I mean, historically, they're pretty on point, you know. 5 stars. Reviewed in the United States. This eyeliner won't run around like your man does. Sorry. I can see where this is going. I bought this eyeliner, and the first day I wore it, I found out my boyfriend of 5 years was cheating on me, and I cried and I cried and I cried, and went to the bathroom to make sure that my makeup streaks were wiped off my face, but it was still completely perfect. Through all the crying, I stayed in place. So thank you for making an eyeliner that's more trustworthy than my man. Man. She's generalized, actually, come to think of it.
5 stars. Everything's 5 stars.
And we did this one last week. So.
Probably, yeah.
We totally did the fucking microwave thing.
Yeah. Like, buy this book.
Pretty funny,
or don't.
Though.
I don't care anymore. 3 stars. It used to be that I got home from work and the only thing I'd want to put in my mouth was the cold barrel of my grandfather's gun. Then I discovered Sonia Allison's chicken terzini, and now there's only 2 things I want to put in my mouth.
Yeah, I kind of want some terzini. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, make sure you get the one that whatever her name is that makes it.
Anyway, that is
even I was like, what's her name?
lady.
Let's turn this window capture off. There we go. That is it from the GoreCast crew. Before we go, there's a quick thing going on, DayZ related, that this Saturday, Young Waffles, for any of the Twitch followers and people down over here, has a stream snipe event. I'm going to be one of her bodyguards, which means that most likely she's going to get shot. There's a high possibility it might be by me. Because Waffles, yes. So there's all of the info for the stream snipe event. If you go into her Discord channel, which I don't have a link for currently, but if you go into her Discord channel, you can get all the links about what server and everything will be going on Saturday night. So make sure to pop over to that if you happen to be one of the Twitch guys. And other than that, we'll catch you all during the week. We're going to be talking about some other sort of mad horror bollocks, where Giz will be back doing some gaming Saturday, possibly, over here.
Probably.
I will be back Saturday doing the Waffles thing, and I will also be back over tomorrow night on Twitch doing some DayZ as well, where you can catch a little bit more of this. Other than that, we'll catch you Sunday for Fall Guys. See you later, people. Bye-bye.
Southeast-ish is you kind of go away from the hunter cabins. There's like hunter cabins, more hunter cabins like with a whale. Forlug. That's a good spot to do too.
Wait, you his friend?
I'm his friend, yeah.
Yeah, he's my friend, yeah. He's my friend.
I don't know this guy.
Okay, shit then. Bye. Oh.
That's enough for me.
GG's, dude. Oh, fucking hell.
Son.
That guy's just after fucking trying to shoot me to get the Moses.
He's got the revolver.
You offside it, yeah?
He doesn't have it now.
Nice. Wait, go in the front yard, go in the back.
Dead.